Yo, guys! Welcome to Spooky Monday! Yeah, like I streamed already before for the people on YouTube, just big kisses. Welcome to this new Spooky Monday stream. And yeah, like I hope still everyone is doing good. I hope still everyone had a good time. And yeah, just big kisses. Oh, first time I watched the intro. Do you like the intro? I had like a little mistake before. It was still the end screen. Perhaps you saw it. Oopsie. But yeah, like the welcome is like, I really like the welcome intro. Hey yo, I'm ready for spooky content. Spooky content, Lego. I made also something to eat. This time not a grilled cheese sandwich. Was kind of always the tradition lately. Yeah, I'm gonna look up a nice video for us. Okay, 10 scary ghost videos that will make you feel vulnerable. That looks already good. Nukes top 5? Nukes top 5? Nope, I think not. Yeah, then we make a little compilation and then we go to Lazy Masquerade, and also I saw Nick Crowley both have a new video uploaded. We're gonna look also in those ones. Like the last videos, boah, like it's so interesting what they're finding, like for stories or so, but also like disturbing. I think we have already good ones. Great. much love, Tony. Yeah, then I would say Bo. Firstly, I make music away. If it's too quiet or too loud, you guys know it, just saying it, but it should not be that I'm too quiet. Like, yeah, perhaps I make myself just louder. I need just to be really loud, but yeah, it needs also to be for you guys loud enough to hear it. Okay, you guys don't see it. A Depths of Despair, we had his channel also here and there, like we watched some videos of him. Sometimes very great compilations. We're gonna look into his new video. That's 10 scary ghost videos that will make you feel vulnerable. Just much love, shout out, just a lot of support for Depths of Despair. Let's go into it. Perhaps it's too loud even.
The video call. The original source
Is
of
it
the
good?
video is unknown and not much context is provided.
Spooky Monday, let's go.
Two friends were talking to someone on a video call when suddenly that guy saw something that left him completely terrified.
¿Esta, la de Javi?
Sí,
Oh, it's
yo vi,
mirrored.
no, yo vi que la puerta que está enfrente suyo se movió.
Esa de ahí, nada.
Le juro que vi que esa puerta se movió.
No, mira.
Mira, nos está vacilando.
No, chicos, no, yo lo vi con mis propios ojos, yo vi que esa puerta de manera lenta se abrió y luego se cerró bruscamente, chicos.
Nos intenta meter miedo,
No,
Sound is good.
no
Okay.
les estoy mintiendo
Much
ni por
love.
mucho menos, por favor, yo le juro que por mis ojos y por lo que más tengo en mi vida que esa puerta se movió.
Es imposible, no hay nada. Así que, y mi gato está abajo, es imposible que se mueva nada. Nos está vacilando esto. Literalmente es el típico...
Se ha quedado pillado.
¿Qué le pasa?
Atrás suyo hay alguien.
¿Cómo que atrás? ¡Me cago en la puta!
Just a
Nah.
few seconds after checking the room was empty,
I don't
the door
know.
opens by itself.
Enjoy your hash
and then a
browns.
dark
Much
shadow
love.
figure comes
Big
out of the
kisses.
room,
Just
completely
now I can
scaring
finally
the
eat
boys
some.
away as they turn and see it. The reactions does seem quite authentic, as the guy on the video call did genuinely seem freaked out, and the boys thought he was messing with them. So is this a real shadow figure caught on camera? You judge. The hotel.
Or a guy in a full bodysuit could also be.
A woman who works as a manager for a hotel located somewhere in Juchitepec, Mexico, has been informed by many other hotel staff that strange paranormal events have been occurring within the place. And one day, another staff member says they have seen someone in room 30, but the manager said that's not true because she vacated the room this morning and went to ventilate it herself. But a little later on in the day, as she's passing by, she notices something creepy through the window of that particular room. Watch closely.
Irma me dijo que se veía una persona en la habitación 30 y le dije no, y me dice que está ocupada, le digo no, se desocupó en la mañana y no hay nadie. Yo misma fui a ventilar esa habitación y ahorita que voy pasando por acá me doy cuenta que si es cierto, se ve como que si alguien se estuviera asomando a la ventana. Vamos a ver qué es lo que pasa, vamos a ver qué hay ahí, pero se supone que no hay nada y sigue ahí viéndose.
What looks like a person standing in the window can be seen, but there shouldn't be anyone in there, so she decides to go up to the room and take a closer look.
Aquí más cerquita. Sí, miren, ahí se alcanza a ver una cara, unos ojos. Vamos a ver a esa habitación. Estamos subiendo las escaleras porque desde ahí es donde estábamos viendo que se veía. Aquí ya no se ve nada, a lo mejor por el reflejo de la luz. Y vamos a ver en la habitación.
I don't know by this one.
Aquí está la cama, porque esta es una habitación pequeña. Aquí pues no se ve nada. Y aquí está la tele, donde estábamos, donde se supone que se veía, pero no se ve nada. No entiendo por qué está ahí.
As she gets closer,
Yeah, but it's
a
not a...
creepy pale grey face can be seen through the window, and its eyes, nose and mouth are very easy to
Is that
see.
Peter Griffin?
Not only that, but when she goes inside the room, you can see there is nothing there, so it's definitely not pareidolia, especially with the sudden bang at the end that scared her out of the room. Perhaps something tragic happened in this room in the past, but without more footage, this will remain a mystery. The garage. In the video, a woman can be seen passing by her neighbor's house, when suddenly she notices something creepy going on inside her neighbor's garage. What makes this extremely creepy is that she knows her neighbors are currently away on vacation, so there shouldn't be anyone home. Yet she noticed the lights turning on, and as she continued to watch, she was struck with terror.
It was Sonic. Sonic, gotta go fast. It was the ghost of Davy Jones.
A dark shadow figure can be seen running back and forth frantically, with unusual movement that doesn't appear to be human. And then it suddenly stops and looks as though it
Could be
stares
also a
directly
shadow.
at the woman, as if it knows she's watching. The way it moves is disturbing. Since nobody is home, just who or what is this? Let me know. If you have any video recommendations, you can
Shadow
send them
Rave
over to
Party,
depsofdespairbusiness@gmail.com or tag us on
instantly all the
TikTok at
shadows in there.
YT. Unexplainable.
But it looks still strange.
A woman named Katie explains that she has been hearing strange sounds coming from around the house late at night. From unexplained banging to unknown voices, and even her dogs seem to behave in a bizarre manner, as if they can sense something otherworldly. One night, Katie gets up to go and use the bathroom around 4:30 a.m. when she hears something chilling and decides to lock herself in there.
You hear that? Lord, save me. What the fuck? I'm the only one here, bitch.
All sorts of sounds can be heard, from whistling to tapping and groaning. The next night, she plans to head to the bathroom around the same time to see if anything happens. This is what she captures.
It's just Luna's neighbors, 4 a.m. perfectly normal. 4:20, you hear me instantly. Okay, I stop. No, it was not like meant because of. Like, I don't know, like you can fake that so good, like here in this video.
I don't even know what to do. I don't know. I'm gonna have to.
The oven is possessed!
A shadow can be seen passing by under the doorway. It is possible that it could have been one of the dogs walking by. However, the strange sounds and the groaning definitely don't sound like that of a dog. Katie is now at a loss, not sure what is going on in the house, or what she should do. A few minutes after this, her dog starts to behave strangely, crying at something behind the door.
Why are you crying? What?
Open it. Fight against the ghost. I want to see a fight.
What? Are you okay? What's the matter with you?
No shit, I've never heard the dog whistle. Perhaps they do that when nobody's looking.
No, I don't
you
even...
don't know.
She's crying at something and there's nothing there. I don't know what's going on right now.
The dog seems to be crying and behaving strangely, and this bizarre behavior seems to continue for multiple nights, freaking Katie out to the point where she comments she's moving. But it has been nearly 2 months and nobody has heard from her ever since, so it's unclear what happened. Like most videos, this one is a mystery. The ritual. 3 friends decided to head out to an isolated park in the middle of the night and hold some sort of seance by playing a strange game where they attempt to contact a spirit by flipping the bottle and making statements and asking questions. When the bottle lands upright, that means yes, and when the bottle falls over, that means no. It may seem like a harmless game, especially since they are using a plastic water bottle as the means of contact, but things quickly take a dark turn.
It's just ball flipping, dude! Oh, holy Arceus! Can I just... Wait, I made already, fuck. Am I haunted now to death?
manifieste a través de la botella. ¿Hay alguien aquí con nosotros?
Dude, are you serious?
No. A la primera. Chicos, a la primera.
Don't joke about scientific stuff.
¿Eres mujer?
Okay, sorry. I don't want to get cursed. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, almighty cloister. Can I eat now this hash brown? No.
No sé si vean mis ojos, pero están llorosos.
Oh, holy oyster. Can I digest it? No. Fuck.
¿Eres buena? No, cállate. No es buena. ¿Nos vas a asustar? Sí. Mucho miedo. ¿Eres una adulta? Sí.
I don't know. I would more say they had like a party somewhere. I don't know, like a family party. And they just met each up and then had something else to do.
No, voy a llorar, Ay, no. ¿Qué es eso? No sé, ya vámonos. Vimos a una persona luego ahorita.
Oh, mama.
Había unas luces así. Había unas luces. Bueno, ya. ¿Te vas a acercar más a nosotras? Sí.
Where's... We didn't heard that.
Cállate. Estoy viendo. Yo estoy viendo. Pero no, es el
What is that for a video?
No. Velo bien, Priscila. No es cierto, no es cierto.
Look the translation. Speech.
A ver.
Speech! Oh no, we have to close the session.
¿Cerrar la sesión?
It's a fucking bottle flip. God damn it, I can't believe it. Like, what are the kids are nowadays doing?
¿Podemos dejar de jugar ya, por favor?
Hey guys, let's burn this house. I'm gonna... If the house is completely burned down, we know if the ghost is real. Like, what the fuck? What is the next step?
The moment the game stops, they immediately get up to look around and notice something downright chilling.
Ok, es que allá nosotros vemos algo. No sé si alcancen a ver, pero hay algo. No nos queremos acercar, pero se ve muy
Lol.
súper.
Burn it down. Like for real, what is that?
Pero ellas dicen que es otra cosa.
I'm
By
speechless,
playing this
like...
game and attempting to contact
Okay.
something, they unknowingly
Those are
summoned
kids.
an
It's
entity into
kids.
this world, and a dark shadow figure
But
can be seen lurking right next to a nearby tree, just standing there, watching them. And as she asked if it was
I need to say, I
said
did
yes.
like as a kid
So
the
it must have
same.
been moving towards
I mean,
them
like
from
not
the
ghostly
distance the whole
stuff,
time,
but there's
and it
also
got that close
like
as they were
exploring
struggling
something
to
at
end the
night.
game. Luckily, they
Right,
managed
let's
to
get
do
back
so
to
just in
Essentia.
time. Otherwise,
But
who
like
knows what
nowadays
would
the
happen.
people are just using everything for
Hospital
like
night
content.
shift.
I don't know.
Some nurses are working a
I
night
don't know.
shift in a hospital located somewhere in Dallas, Texas.
If
where
the fidget
some
spinner
unexplainable
is
things have
like
been occurring within a
fidget
specific
spinning
floor of the hospital. Many patients and
10
nurses have
seconds
claimed to
longer,
see
then
many
it's like
strange things on this
proof
floor.
that we have
Late
ghosts
one
in
night,
here.
2 nurses are finishing up their night shifts by clearing up one of the medical rooms.
What happened with
When
the
they
fidget
noticed
spinner? That's
this,
also like a ghost that vanished. We have to listen very closely. Night shift at the hospital.
You hear her?
So wij sliepen zo, we woke him up. We woke him up.
What sounds like a girl humming or groaning can be heard on the supposedly haunted floor of the hospital. It's important to note that there are currently no patients on this floor, so other than the 2 nurses present, nobody else is there. On another night, a different nurse captures something similar.
That was you.
No, I swear to God. Was that something? Bitch, come home.
That's really creepy.
The same strange noise can be heard almost completely identical to what
can
the
be
other
also
nurses heard
faked,
a few
but
days prior. And on
this
that
is
same
already
night,
like more
another
like
nurse captures
storytelling.
something else.
In my opinion, they didn't try to contact the spirit with a bottle.
She notices the door opening by itself when nobody is around. The nurses believe that this is the result of a young girl who was once a patient on this floor who used to hum, but sadly passed away, and now
For
her
what the
spirit remains
Ouija
bound
board,
to the place.
you can always use a bottle.
Hiking alone. A man named Bambo was hiking alone in the middle of the Pocomoke State Forest, a well-known forest for being extremely haunted and home to many rumors and urban legends. While in the middle of hiking, he hears the woods suddenly go quiet and begins to get the feeling that something is following him. Worried for his safety while deep in the woods, he decides to start recording, and he captures this.
Hola, me encuentro en el Pocomoke State Forest, en Maryland. Este es uno de los bosques más embrujados de Maryland. Llevo 25 minutos adentrándome aquí en el bosque. No he sentido así una sensación muy rara, pero algo hay aquí porque nomás de repente es un silencio total. ¿Oyeron? ¿Oyeron? Bueno, espero hayan escuchado, pero les digo, sí hay sensación. Es una sensación rara aquí en este Pocomoke State Forest, que han sucedido muchas cosas. Asesinatos, desapariciones. Bueno, así desaparezco, ya saben dónde estoy. En el Pocomoke State Forest.
A sudden sound can be heard approaching him from behind, but as he quickly turns to look, he sees nothing there.
¿Oyeron?
That could be also like
to locate whatever is following him.
A stick that is falling down, like
to leave before things get out of control. Since Maryland is home to many haunted forests, including the notorious Black Hills Forest
could be
from
like
the Blair
nature
Witch
itself.
Project. Could it be that something otherworldly was following him, or is it just an animal? You be the judge. The morning. It's 9:40 a.m.
It was definitely someone that stays at the train station and wants to advertise like a product and followed him like until the forest because he didn't got the product. That's surely the case.
With her dog. Her sister is asleep beside her.
So stupid, but what the fuck? I'm also like
so
BS
she
talking
decides to
hard.
capture her dog's behavior when she captures something utterly terrifying. A creepy pale face can be seen in the corner of the room for a mere moment before suddenly disappearing. Many viewers stated that this explains the dog's strange behavior, as it could sense an ominous spirit in the room and felt threatened. After reviewing the footage for herself, Mildred is now trembling with fear afraid to sleep in that room again. Just moved in.
That was strange.
I featured Rosanna on the channel previously.
Can't say if
she has recently just moved into a
was
new
like
apartment
such a short video also.
And just a few days after moving in, she randomly started experiencing paranormal torment in her new home. She has sent her son away to stay with his dad while she tries to figure out what's going on. One night, her bedroom door suddenly slams shut on its own, so she starts to record.
Should I say it again? Should I say it again? Best solution for ghosts. Burn the whole house down. It needs to. If I want to feel only like a little bit of presence of ghosts, burn it down. It's so stupid. I like why I'm like this. Burn, burn, burn. The flamethrower is like a basic tool of the house or for like Ghostbusters. If they don't get rid of it, then they get rid of the place. So stupid. Bro.
The light flashes and the rocking toy moves on its own. Before a sudden demonic sound can be heard and the lights flicker.
Like, those sounds are creepy. Like, how is it called? The horror movie where this is like
the night on the landing and
it's also like a ghost lady or ghost girl. Like in a horror movie that makes those sounds.
Visits. Unfortunately, this didn't
like really possessed stuff.
In fact, it only served to make things worse, along with the other solutions she has tried.
Exorcist could be.
And reading the Surah, multiple chapters of the Quran. She also explains that she purchased this apartment, which is why she currently isn't able to just up and move out of the place. So now she sleeps in the living room because it seems to be the most devoid of paranormal activity, or so she thought.
But I'm so sorry for the whole family.
She's sleeping in the living room.
Like people that need to fake that. The other people are kind of suffering because, yeah, suddenly like there is like, oh my gosh, you need to act like this, and well, like I would be hella annoyed. Like just, can you just stop now with that? Like everyone is like family dinner, and then bro, I couldn't. Making always like videos goes from room to room. I would ask just myself, like for real. Oh come on, like for real. What is she doing? And that, my kids, is when you watch too many times horror movies. That happens exactly, guys.
But to remain in this
you think it's suddenly real?
So we should get some more updates soon.
You breathed so hard, you blew that door shut.
It's just past 3.
The door makes like
the truck driver named Ken was traveling north down the I-57.
I would have very much awful things to say about this, but let's not waste the life. Yeah, it was so bad.
That startles him. Now during his whole career,
so when does this movie come out?
Items, he had never seen anything this strange and creepy before.
I don't know, like lately there's not a lot of good videos around when it comes to paranormal stuff. Like it's really like this wave with the fake guys, with the fake people is kind of making it really shitty for the others that have like really good content. It's like really bad. Like somehow we shouldn't spread that around in a way because or else it doesn't stop. Like it gets always more, or the people think yeah okay quickly like a fake paranormal video, okay cash grab instantly. It's so stupid. It's like making the reputation from real ghost videos really bad, and it's just yeah, like it's bluntly cloud chasing and money cash grabbing.
What makes this even more chilling is that the interstate police reviewed the CCTV footage of the accident, and they didn't see.
It's just the era of TikTok.
Just the car suddenly swerving for no apparent reason. The whole ordeal has left Ken completely shocked.
It's so much easier to put your content out, especially like yeah, phone videos. Yeah, but it was still, yeah, like, it had some clips that was interesting, but yeah, like, I think Depths of Despair also gets, yeah, like, all the clips was sent to him. It was still a good compilation, just for getting into the vibe. To be honest, I'm not at the moment that much in spooky vibes. That was kind of, like I said, like, this hype or so is yeah kind of yeah understandable, but it's like always like here and there it can also break like, but like when we started with Spooky Monday half a year ago, there was kind of a lot of good ghost videos around, but now yeah it has like only some gemstones in between. Okay, next video, just support big kisses for Depths of Despair for this video, and we go to the next one. It's Lazy Masquerade, the internet's darkest and strangest websites. I hope it's not P-Hub or other stuff. Yeah, like it's just out of nowhere. Lazy Masquerade, big kisses, absolutely awesome. Like we had lately some like really good videos of him, a lot of really interesting ones, but yeah, like I said at the beginning, also fucked ones. I hope it's loud enough, guys. Okay, this video was garbage, but anyway. Now, like, the clips, like, the video itself, the channel, I wouldn't
Ever
say
faced a
that,
choice
like,
so clear that it felt like the universe
has
was
nothing
giving you
to
a
do
nudge?
with it.
Like
I
when
think
you're
you're
looking for
becoming
something
more
to
and more
watch, and a Lazy
skeptic, and
Masquerade
it's a
video
good
pops up on
thing.
your homepage.
Yeah, like, I
In
was
business,
always skeptic.
we're always on the hunt for those
But
no-brainer decisions.
here and there
the
you
ones
see
that
it,
save us time,
lately
money, and
especially,
stress.
you see it
And that's where
clearly.
today's sponsor,
The more you watch these
Stamps.com
videos, the
comes
more
in.
you understand the mechanics.
Imagine
Yeah,
having a
yeah,
post
yeah,
office right in your pocket.
That's true.
That's Stamps.com. With just a computer and a printer, you can manage all of your mailing and shipping, hassle-free. They'll even send you a free scale to get started. Whether you're mailing checks,
Big kisses,
invoices,
Lazy
or even
Masquerade.
shipping out
Big kisses. Just support him. Much love.
postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Again, that's stamps.com/Lazy Masquerade.
Let's go. Craigslist.
We all know that Craigslist has hosted its fair share of concerning ads over the years, and has developed a reputation for being full of scammers, creeps, and in some cases, monsters. And though that's perhaps an exaggeration, I wanted to highlight one incident in particular that helped to give the site such a bad name. In 2011, this Craigslist ad was placed to the site's general labour section. Caretaker position for farm, southern Ohio. Simply watch over a 688-acre patch of hilly farmland and feed a few cows.
Lego,
You
I
get
kept this
$300
video
a week
aside,
and a nice
very
two-bedroom
good.
trailer.
Sound is
Someone
a bit
ordering
loud
single
though. Oh.
preferred, but will consider all. Relocation, a must. You must have a clean record and be trustworthy. This is a permanent
Is it good?
position. The farm is used
Is
mainly
like
as
this
a hunting
good?
preserve.
Or still
It's
too
overrun with
loud?
game.
Or
There's a
no,
stocked
too quiet?
3-acre pond, but some beef cattle will be kept. Nearest neighbor is a mile away.
Yes.
The place is secluded and beautiful.
Big kisses.
It'll be a real getaway for the right person. Job of a lifetime. If you are ready to relocate, please contact ASAP. Position will not stay open. Respondents to the listing were interviewed by an old, Hell's Angel-looking man called Richard Beasley and his 16-year-old nephew, Brogan Rafferty, a giant youth who stood at 6'5" and who barely said a word. 48-year-old Scott Davis was among the candidates considered for the position. He had replied to the ad on October 9th and had been invited to meet with the farmers over a meal. The job sounded like a great opportunity. Scott had been looking to relocate from South Carolina to be closer to his mother and sister in Ohio, and so, when he saw the ad, he packed his possessions into a trailer, hitched it to his pickup, and set off.
Okay, sorry, now it is a bit low. Okay.
After
now
getting
it's
to know
good.
Rich and Brogan over a long breakfast in Shoney's, Marietta, Scott hopped into the back of their white Buick LeSabre and rode 15 minutes
a little bit louder than
to a
before, but not
wooded
too
area
loud.
near Akron, expecting to be shown the farm. Scott exited the vehicle and followed the two men down the forest track towards Gladwell, confused why they hadn't parked closer to their destination. And that confusion intensified when he noticed a pre-dug hole about the length and width of a human male close to the track. The hairs on the back of Scott's neck stood up as he stared down into that hole, and that's when he heard a distinct, metallic click. Scott turned to see Rich aiming a gun at him. That click had been the sound of a .22 misfiring. I looked into his eyes, recalled Scott, and all I saw was coal.
Didn't we
They were
saw
black
that
eyes.
already?
They were just black, like a shark feeding on water.
That I
In that
like
moment,
when I saw
Scott
the
managed to
photo, I
deflect
was
the
like,
weapon away from
had
his
that
face
so
as
we
Rich
saw
pulled the
that
trigger a
one
second
time
time.
already, or it's like
After
a
that
similar
first pop
case,
went
but
off,
it's I
Scott
think it's
made a
the-
break for it. Though, as he rushed into the tree line, he realized that he had actually been shot in the elbow. Blasts continued to ring out behind him as he fled, though the trees provided some cover. I ran until I couldn't run anymore, out of breath, Scott would later say. I didn't think I was going to make it. But though Scott had managed to put some distance between himself and his would-be killers, the two maniacs had chosen their location wisely. There was no cell coverage out in the sticks, and so, unable to summon help, Scott trekked through the dense woodland and hoped for the best. After hiding in the underbrush for 7 hours, he finally emerged under cover of darkness, walked for miles to find help,
Yeah, I
and
found
then called the authorities.
I think like a house he found.
It wasn't long before news of Scott's encounter spread across Ohio. 5 days later, a woman named Deborah Bruce contacted the authorities and reported that her twin brother, David Pauly, had responded to a similar ad on Craigslist shortly after Scott. She hadn't heard from him since.
No.
With that lead, investigators took cadaver dogs out to the area where Scott had been attacked. There, buried in 2 feet of earth, they found David Pauly, and beside him, the bodies of Ralph Geiger and Timothy Kern. The FBI traced the Craigslist ad back to an IP address belonging to one Joe Bass in Akron. Joe denied posting the Craigslist ad, but mentioned that he had a tenant who leased his basement space, one who had access to his computer. He only knew this tenant as Dutch, though further investigation would reveal him to be 52-year-old Richard Beasley, a self-proclaimed chaplain with a laundry list of past criminal offences. Cell tower data led to Rich's arrest on November 16th, and Brogan's shortly thereafter. During a search of Rich's room, investigators discovered artifacts belonging to the 3 slain men found out in the woods. In Brogan's home, they found what one detective described as a killing kit full of weapons. They also found a poem on his computer, one which read, "We took him out to the woods on a humid summer's night. The loud crack echoed, and I didn't hear the thud." That poem had been written the same day
But is
that
that
Ralph Geiger
now the
was last
fault
seen
of
alive.
the website?
After taking Ralph's life, Rich assumed his identity and began claiming his
I would
social
say the
security
website
benefits.
doesn't
He used
like
that
it's yeah
cash
about
to pay for his rent.
websites, but it doesn't.
Their other victims have been less lucrative. In fact, after taking Timothy Kern's life, the duo only walked away with the $5 they found in his pocket. But in the minds of most, money wasn't Rich and Brogan's main driving force. That would be the thrill of the hunt.
That's so fucked
It would
up.
later come to light that Rich and Brogan weren't uncle and nephew after all. Brogan came from a broken family, and Rich had taken the youngster under his wing.
What?
Over time, Rich cultivated a partnership with Brogan that escalated into a joint criminal enterprise. Together, they formed a sinister plan to lure in the vulnerable, end their lives, and steal their possessions. After receiving inquiries about their bogus Craigslist ad, the duo would meet with possible candidates, as they called them, to ensure they were the type of mark they were looking for. Unmarried, down on their luck, and aging. Their ad had been specifically designed to attract such men, those looking to escape and start afresh, those who nobody would go looking for. And given the rate of unemployment,
oh my gosh, that is so premeditated, like so really, like this is so evil.
Samson, who met with Rich and Brogan and described them
like
as
taking
normal
advantage
farmers,
of like a certain group or so. It's just fucking
He didn't get the job,
terrible.
obviously, presumably because of his experience working in the Navy. Before his trial, Brogan turned down a plea deal that would have allowed for parole during his middle age, choosing not to betray his so-called counselor, Rich. In court, Rich tried claiming that Ralph, Timothy, Scott, and David had all attacked him as he tried to show them the farm.
Boy,
They
he
had all
looks
done so coincidentally in the same location.
Boy, like
If anything,
like mouth
he and
makes
Brogan were
just
the real
like
Craigslist victims
bad
and had fallen foul
mood
of
face.
four opportunistic
Holy
madmen who
moly!
had contacted them on the
That
site.
was like a perfect half.
Needless to say,
half
that
circle
strategy didn't
of
land
the
with the
mouth.
jury. Brogan eventually changed his tune and said that Rich had forced him to go along with his scheme. He said he knew where my mum lived, where my sister lived. I wouldn't have done it if I had any other choice. In much the same fashion, Rich tried to pin the blame on Brogan, saying that he was the real triggerman. In the end, both men were found guilty in 2013. Brogan was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, and Rich was sentenced to death, a sentence which has yet to be carried out.
What?
Thousands of deals are made every day on Craigslist.
Wait a minute,
Most of
was
them
not
innocent
so
enough.
far?
That being said, as reported by the Washington
Huh?
Post, 101 murders have
Yeah, okay,
been
I'm
linked to
not
the
I'm
website
not for
since its
death or
inception.
so, but
And that
what the
report came out
fuck?
in 2016.
Is that
So
not
who knows
like
what that number's
something
up to now?
that when you sentence to death that it
But in the
happened
grand
like
scheme of things,
instantly?
they're rare. Stories of would-be killers looking for trusting victims on the platform are
Or is
far
it
from
isn't
unheard of.
it like this?
And in the words of GQ author Devin Friedman, trust is how Craigslist works in the first place. The shocking thing isn't that the occasional bad actor on Craigslist shows up and takes advantage of that trust. The shocking thing about Craigslist is that it almost never happens.
Not here in the
On the
US.
surface,
Oh shit,
Five
okay.
N Chronicles, or the Fifth Nail Exposed Chronicles, might seem like just any other blog, but its mundane appearance belies its dark
It's
subject
like
matter.
already so interesting.
This online diary of sorts was actually
but
written and
I think
maintained by
we
an
saw
inmate
the case
on federal
before.
death row, and chronicles his life behind bars. Each entry is like a snapshot into the mind of a condemned man, one whose thoughts are relatively eloquent and well presented. And though some paragraphs do touch
Sometimes
on hostile
it's the
inmates
case
and
before
cruel
someone
guards,
is killed.
the most
Oh,
striking thing about 5N Chronicles is how
That's-
remarkably ordinary
that's
most of its entries are.
really
with the majority
interesting. I
focusing on
didn't-
things
I
like the
didn't
writer's
knew
changing
that.
weight,
I
his
thought
thinning hair, and the movies
when you
he's
would
been
be
watching
sentenced to
himself.
death, that
And while
it
reading through
happens.
those
Yeah,
portions,
really, like
it's very easy
soon.
to empathise with the prisoner and see him as a normal guy dealing with a tough situation. At least, until he reminds you why he's facing all
But
Sparky, or its chemical equivalent,
like for
in
real.
the first place. In case you didn't know, I'm in a Riverside County jail for charges of kidnapping a 10-year-old boy out of his backyard where he was playing with several other children. I drove him to a secluded desert ravine, then murdered him, and left his bound
Oh
body
my
to be
God.
found decomposed and ravaged by scavengers several weeks later. And if that wasn't bad enough, I got away with it, and there were no suspects in the case until I told them I did it after I was arrested in Idaho for a completely different and much worse case.
Whoa, that
The man
escalated
behind
so
5N
hard.
Chronicles was Joseph E. Duncan III, a notorious individual who, between 1978 and 2005, preyed upon and essayed dozens of children. Duncan's life of crime began early, when, at the age of 15, he held a younger boy at gunpoint.
It depends. Sometimes
and forced him
it's
to do
sooner and
unspeakable
sometimes it
things.
takes a long time.
From the time, Duncan's
Isn't
sinister
that
behavior
connected
only
with
escalated.
bureaucracy?
He was finally brought to justice in 2005 when the authorities discovered the tied-up bodies of Brenda Groney, her boyfriend,
that,
Mark McKenzie,
on money,
and Brenda's son, Slade
that's
Groney,
so
inside their family home in
here in
Lake
Swiss,
Coeur d'Alene,
like the
Idaho.
death sentence is,
Brenda's
I
other
think,
children, Dylan and
we had
Chester,
it
were nowhere to be found.
also strangely, like
7 weeks later,
like in some
Chester,
cantons
one
it
of the missing
was,
children,
but
was sighted at a
nowadays we
Denny's
don't
restaurant
have it
with
here in
Duncan.
Swiss.
A waitress,
It's
the
just
manager, and 2 patrons recognized her from news reports and secretly called
it's
the
like
police. They swiftly arrived.
so
and took
like
Duncan into
I have
custody.
like absolutely
He'd
like
allowed Chester to live.
only heard
because,
like
according to
from
Duncan
other
himself,
countries from it,
she had
but
taught him how
that
to love.
it's like this, I didn't
2 days
expect
later,
it.
Dylan's remains were discovered at a remote campsite in the Lolo National Forest near St. Regis, Montana. Duncan had fired a sawn-off shotgun into his head at point-blank range. After his arrest, Duncan also confessed to the murders of Sammy Joe White and Carmen Cubias in Seattle back in 1996, and Anthony Martinez in Riverside County, California in 1997.
Bro, what
Anthony
the
was the boy that
how
Duncan
many
referred to in his
like
diary entry. For his heinous deeds,
I can't
Duncan was
believe-
given
like-
numerous consecutive life sentences in October 2006 and a capital sentence in November 2008. Duncan first began keeping his Fifth Nail blog in 2005, shortly before he took the Groney McKenzie family's lives, but deleted it prior to his arrest. Now, bored out of his mind in solitary confinement, Duncan relaunched 5N Chronicles on Blogspot in 2010 and made semi-frequent updates to it. It's believed he did this by covertly sending letters to either friends or fans, known only by their usernames, Silenced and Agent Cooper, who posted Duncan's updates to the site word for word on his behalf. These online diary entries date back to April 14th, 2010, when, in his
what the
first
fuck,
post
he
titled,
made like
"I'm here,
diaries?
I have come," Duncan wrote, "I'm here, in jail, in California, facing death. And this is my worst nightmare come true. It's the thing I feared more than anything for most of my adult life. It was that fear that ultimately drove me here. But now, I'm not afraid anymore. I sleep, eat, read, and meditate on a narrow 22-inch concrete bunk. The mattress is 2 inches of foam padding wrapped in nylon-reinforced plastic. It's 6 inches wider than the bunk and 10 inches shorter than me. There is no pillow, and one thin, dirty, and torn wool blanket. It is uncomfortable, but I don't mind. I didn't come here to sleep." Despite openly acknowledging his own guilt and peppering his
What?
80 blog posts with casual asides
So
detailing
fucked
his
up
atrocities,
already.
Duncan consistently rambled about how all of society was to blame for his twisted actions, and how the state was just as bad as him for giving him a capital sentence. "We have always wanted this to be no more than an honest and open exposition of Joseph Duncan's thoughts and experiences, a kind of glimpse into the mind of a human being
Finished.
that many call monster. The idea, the hope, has always been that by doing this, then perhaps those who are ready will find for themselves that we are them, and that the only monsters in this world are the ones we imagine and create for ourselves. But it's come to our attention that by iterating with singular first-person pronouns, we're inevitably giving the impression that this blog is about Joseph Duncan, when it's never been about him at all. His mind is no more than a psychological sponge that has soaked up the dross and drit exuded by all of us. The Fifth Nail has only ever endeavoured to squeeze the contents of this metaphorical sponge onto the page, and let the pattern that emerges be read like an ink blot, which says more about the person seeing it than it does about the one who has made the stain. So, from now on, we will speak only using plural pronouns as often as we can, in order to emphasize that this blog is not about one person. We'll also attempt to shift our focus more on expressing our thoughts in a more general form, so they can be seen as thoughts coming from a sponge that has been used to wipe society's arse,
Bro, what the
and
fuck
not
is
from the mind of some
wrong
evil
with this
monster
dude?
that we imagine, in order to convince ourselves that we're not the ones to blame for the mess. But prisons are the outhouses of the culture we live in, so we have no one but ourselves to blame for the offensive smell that wafts from within. Everyone has to shit, so no one is innocent. So take a good whiff, my friend, because it's both you and I that are making the stench, not just me.
What the
The final blog entry was made
like,
on January 28, 2021,
why he has
in which
even,
Duncan
like,
announced he had a tumour on his right temporal cortex.
like connection or access
3 federal
to
death sentences,
internet.
in addition to life without parole
And
sentences
that they
in at least 2 different states.
realize that.
But it seems now that the universe has other plans for me. Exactly 2 months after that entry was posted to the platform, Duncan passed away in a BOP hospital on Fair Road.
Oh shit.
5nchronicles.blogspot.com has remained inactive ever since, but still exists as a sort of internet time capsule. One that makes for eerie reading.
Bless you. Bless you. Kisses for you guys. Rent a Hitman. Oh no, is that like dark?
This
dark
is
web
rentahitman.com, a site that's been operational on the surface web since 2005, and one which purports to offer a disturbing service. For a fee, clients can hire one of the business's 17,985 operatives to take care of any wet work they may need doing.
What the fuck?
That
In
is,
the normal
it offers
web,
them a way to deal with
this
any
one
troubled
case is
relationship
salty.
that they may want to make disappear.
The dark web is not safe, but our expertly trained field operatives are dedicated to providing a complimentary consultation to help you discover the perfect solution for your unique situation. Since 1920, Rent-A-Hitman has assisted a diverse range of satisfied clients, including ordinary citizens of all ages, government employees, and even political figures.
What the fuck?
Helmed by a shady figure called Guido Finelli, the platform hosts a slew of service options, testimonials, a careers page, and even a commercial, with a simple order form to fill out with your request. Yeah, if the premise of this site alone wasn't enough to clue you in that this is all satire, then its facetious tone should. The site's bursting at the seams with dark humor, such as how it states all of their operatives are 100% HIPAA compliant. That is, the Hitman Information Privacy and Protection Act of 1964. And yet, despite winking at its users at every available opportunity, thousands of people who have visited the site have been left with the impression that it was a legitimate way to hire a contract killer. The domain, rentahitman.com, was purchased by a man named Bob Innes, and was initially intended as a platform for an IT company he planned to start with friends. The name was a play on the word hit, as in website traffic, and how you could rent his service to get more clicks to your page. Bob's company would never materialize, but he sat on that domain name for years. In 2008, Bob decided to check up on how the domain was doing, and, to his surprise, discovered 250 to 300 emails in the site's inbox. But that surprise turned to concern when he realized that almost all of them were from people looking to hire a hitman.
What?
People from across the globe had taken Bob's tongue-in-cheek play on words at face value and assumed that the site was what it said on the tin. Bob decided not to take these emails seriously, presuming them all to be hoaxes, but decided to keep an eye on the inbox from then on.
I can imagine that some people
emails
writing them
continued to
really.
flood Bob's inbox, and some of them a little more worrying than others. In 2010, a grave request came from a woman in Canada named Helen, whose email came across as incredibly sincere. Bob followed up on the email personally, playing the role of a contract killer.
Yeah, perhaps he has like a lot of evidences, like for different cases. That's kind of interesting.
They cheated her out of an inheritance. She even specified exactly when and how she wanted it done, and provided her targets' names and addresses.
Holy shit!
That Bob forwarded their exchange to the authorities, who, in turn, arrested Helen. She was later convicted of soliciting murder and extradited back to the UK, where she was wanted on other serious charges.
What?
Following the successful prosecution of an actual criminal, Bob transformed Rent-A-Hitman into the spoof site it is today. He and his team forward any genuine-sounding requests onto investigators, and about 10% evolve into serious investigations, leading to arrests.
Shit.
On June 30th,
but that's kind of good. Like in a way, it's preventing you.
Calling herself Jasmine Brown, who requested that an operative take care of her love rival, BH. She included BH's address, phone number, and social media handles in the email. It didn't take Bob much detective work to figure out that Jasmine Brown's real name was Zandra Ellis. Bob put Zandra through to one of his field operatives named Ace, who in reality was an FBI agent. She and Ace chatted about the hit, and Zandra agreed to pay him $1,000 to have BH taken out. She met with Ace in a Waffle House on July 6th to hand over a down payment, and disturbingly, even brought her daughter along to meet the supposed assassin. Agent Ace recorded their entire conversation.
Serious?
And,
I just
having collected enough
imagine.
evidence, arrested Zandra and took her into custody. In 2021, Wendy Vine from Michigan was arrested for seriously seeking to have her ex-boyfriend whacked. Although she initially used a pseudonym to contact Bob, she filled out the online form using her actual name. Bob immediately contacted the authorities, and Wendy was convicted and sentenced to 7 years behind bars.
Very good.
In February 2023, former Air National Guardsman Josiah Garcia submitted a resume to the site, saying that he was looking for employment as a hitman and claiming to be an expert marksman, one who had earned the nickname Reaper. Just like Sandra, Josiah agreed to meet with an undercover agent, posing as a recruiter for the website. After being handed a fake target package, which included photos and fake information about his first mark, as well as a $2,500 down payment, Josiah calmly asked if he needed to take a photo of the victim after the job was done. But instead of receiving an answer, Josiah got told that he was under arrest. And those are just a handful of the successful convictions that Bob has managed to oversee using the site. It's estimated that Rent a Hitman has thwarted over 150 credible plots.
Very good.
He considers the site a magnet for low-hanging fruit that are out there trying to harm other people. I really didn't think that people were going to be that stupid.
That's
he said.
So
but boy,
smart, but yeah, like the people are really stupid. Like it's also like, I don't know, when you, like, how do you get even like on this thought?
A huge thank you to my supporters here on YouTube and over on
like,
Patreon. George Lopez,
it's so
Holly Lyons,
stupid.
Modest
like in so many ways.
Alana Pons, Asia Mina,
like if
Azriel
you don't
Waragai,
want to
Chief
be around the person
Colin
anymore,
Monster,
then leave.
Sai Wazao,
Then
Farewell
leave.
Tattoos Jack Sefel, Gina Valera,
And
Hamish,
it has always
Ian
been,
Miller,
or when
Kevin
leaving
Villa,
is not working,
Misty Blue
then it
Longley,
has different
Monica Mendoza,
like
Beetle Dredge,
solutions,
Smiling Jack,
but never kill
Ford,
each other.
TNS
people.
Mum,
Don't
LJB,
hire people for
Nicole
killing
Bashir,
people.
Hamish K,
We need to love
Ellen Doloff, Itai Allen,
each other.
Nefis 1988, and Lydia
Even
Q.
if it's
Thank
sometimes
you so much for your
hard
continued
and
support.
humans are difficult, but we should love positive vibes. We should, like, hate is just making more hate. That makes even more that. Like, it's better that we look forward, but like, it's like really like kind of a really bad taste when you see like there was so many like, yeah, males. That's insane. But when he said a few of these plots happened anyway, there is suspicious this actually helped people to join hitmans anyway. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, like it would happen so or so. I said also like the website didn't do anything, but it's like kind of showing it more, like the people that would do that or want to do that, they would surely find like other way, like on other sites or so. But this website was kind of a window into this, like for all the stupid ones. It's so, I don't know. Social media for some people, yeah, it's like that. But I don't know, like it was really interesting videos, but also by Craigslist. By Craigslist, like I don't know the site or so, but it looks like more the user are like special or disturbing. Like not all, just like what there can happen. We had here and there like also some cases with Craigslist, but I think it's not like the site itself. I think it's just like everywhere on every website is like the bad corner, I would say. Like also on YouTube or on Twitch, like it's like everywhere. I think it's always the user that is like, if the website wouldn't exist, then there's the other website. Like websites is just like something that happens to get created because there is a demand for something, whether it's like, I don't know, like shopping market or just like a VOD streaming site or so. Like websites, yeah, get created because of like intention of a demanding. Yeah. Like it would be like anyway somewhere else. Like if it wouldn't happen like on this site, then the people would search the other site. It's like the same. We go to the next video, guys. That was a really good video. Like Big Kisses Lazy Masquerade. We're gonna look, yeah, like surely like also another video I saw here is like one, the disturbing hoaxes iceberg explained. We could also look in that into, but firstly we go boop. Nick Crowley, YouTube's Darkest Rabbit Hole, featuring Nexpo. It was like 3 days ago that they uploaded it. I wasn't watching it. I was also like already it was recommending to me, but I was also saving it up. We're gonna look into it. I'm really curious what is now going on here. Let's go. We said it, yeah, even YouTube has like bad corner, or like other websites, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, like you can count it up, you can list them. It's just like human behavior. We are just yin and yang. Like it's always the good stuff, but also the bad stuff. Okay, let's go. Much love, big support out for Nick Crowley. Just big kisses. Let's go. Is it good from the like volume? Happy 420, by the way. Oh, happy 420. I got the feeling this one is gonna be something. Yeah, I've also a good feeling. Oh.
YouTube is in an unusual place. For the past 5 years, tracking down its most disturbed and mysterious content has become an obsession for me. That search has led me down rabbit holes and into pockets of the internet that, for better or worse, and usually for worse if I'm being honest, have left a permanent impact on me. But recently, I was asked if any one case stood out above the rest. What was the quote-unquote best of the worst? And I was surprised at how easily an answer came to me. It was a story that started in Fiji, in the back seat of a taxi cab.
Just big kisses. Huh?
Inside, a woman grabs her seatbelt from the top left corner of her seat and pulls down, waiting to hear a click. But as she does so, her hand brushes against a familiar feeling object. It was a cell phone, presumably left by the rider before her. For the student, times were tough, and she was just barely making ends meet, so she quietly made the decision to slide the phone into her pocket before the cab driver could notice. Shortly after, she was dropped off at home, where, with a mix of nervousness and excitement, she slid the device's lock screen. To her surprise, it was unlocked, and without hesitation she began to comb through its contents, leading her first to the phone's camera roll, where she found what looked to be a peaceful video of the ocean, eagerly pressing play to see what secrets the clip might hold. Over the course of the next 10 minutes and 26 seconds, she would witness perhaps the most gruesome video she had ever laid eyes on. The images burning into her mind frame by frame, never to be forgotten. The following day, she would upload the same video to YouTube, marking the start of an internet mystery whose trail was as vast as the ocean itself, and whose contents immediately made it one of the most mysterious videos to ever appear on YouTube.
What?
Before we dive deeper into this rabbit hole, I want to first thank today's sponsor, PDS Debt. I've learned in my adult life that going into debt is hard to avoid. Falling into it is so easy, but getting out is a much different story. And the anxiety and stress that comes with trying to claw your way out is incredibly demoralizing. But luckily, you don't have to go it alone. And
much
love.
An
impressive A+
support
rating with
him.
a business
Support
right
Nick.
now, PDS Debt is offering
much
a free
love.
debt analysis. It's a quick and simple process that takes only 30 seconds.
Sorry.
The video went live on August 17th, 2014 on an unknown channel called Common
Just
Kings
a tiny
Blue.
click louder,
It opens
please.
with a shot of the ocean.
It's hard to understand when not fluent. She's rolling. Oh, sorry. I hope it's now better. Just always saying it. You guys don't annoy me. Like it's better that
we see ships floating and hear the voices of men yelling in various languages, later to be decoded as Mandarin, Vietnamese, and potentially even Taiwanese. And while translating their words is difficult, their sentiment is easy to understand. Something had grabbed the men's attention. Something in the water. The camera pans around as if it's looking for that something, while showing the vast, deep blue waters surrounding their ship. They were in the middle of nowhere, clearly miles and miles away from any sign of humanity. Suddenly, the commotion intensifies as the cameraman makes a dash for the opposite side of the ship, as finally he sees it.
Guys, I need also quickly to stop. Huh?
It was a man, warily treading water. The cameraman yells to him in English, "How are you?"
Wait
Which
quickly,
the swimmer raises.
wait quickly. I need just to grab an energy drink. Wait. Hey. I'm so sorry. So, oh, my hair.
His hands, signifying his desperate need for help.
Oh, that was
it
a
started
surprise.
to become clear that
The
this
man and the
video was
energy
going
drink.
to be of some sort of rescue attempt. Somehow,
yeah,
the
that
man
was
had
a
ended
really
up in the water
surprise.
and clearly needed to be saved. In this
I mean,
far
like
out
the
at
man.
sea, it seemed to be a miracle that these ships had reached him in time. But within this clip, nothing is what it seems. As rather than a life preserver being tossed to the man, or maybe even a rope getting thrown his way, a gunshot rings out. A shot aimed directly at the man in the water. The shot misses just inches above his head,
What the fuck?
only to be followed by another shot, and another, until finally the fourth try connects, the bullet piercing the man's head and turning the sea around him an unnatural shade of red. He was dead in an instant. Though the recording kept going, and so did the gunshots.
Was that somehow a traitor in a way? Or just like a gang? But it doesn't look
The
like
camera pans
gang
across
like.
the waves, now revealing two more men in the water, clinging to what appears to be the wreckage of their boat. A boat that somehow had been destroyed. And before long, one of them was struck too, leaving the other man hanging onto the debris as he silently watches his friend's body float lifelessly past him. He held on for nearly 4 minutes, not saying a word, not fighting back, just holding on, until finally, he too was executed. Understandably, the ordeal proved too much for the cameraman to handle, as at this point he just couldn't control an outburst. But not in any sort of emotional way that one might expect, as instead, he couldn't hold back his laughter. Even as a fourth swimmer was found and also executed, the laughs and the cheers from the people on board just kept on coming.
Hello! Hi.
There was no sign of remorse for the killings, only celebration. And at the end of the video, the crew even posed for photos.
What the fuck?
Some of them joining arms together while others took selfies, with those listless bodies floating in the background. Over the course of the clip, 63 shots had been fired at 4 men in the ocean, none of whom survived the encounter. The video would be kept on YouTube for only 3 days under the title "Fishing Vessel Fijian Crew Getting Shots Outside Fiji Waters," providing the first and really the only bit of context for the clip, as when people began to dig deeper to find out what exactly they had just watched, they found something unusual. They found nothing. There was no other information about the event. There was no news articles. There were no police reports. There was quite literally nothing. This video was seemingly the first ever mention of this incident on the internet. Now this might make sense if it had happened in the days surrounding the upload, but when digging into the video's metadata, it was revealed that not only was this not true, but that the video had actually been filmed a whole 2 years prior, in 2012. meaning that for 2 full years, whatever this event was, went unseen and unreported.
Yeah?
Given its alleged
Not even
Fijian ties, their government would be the
people
first to investigate in a process
that
that
they
only
don't
took about a day,
contact,
as they
like,
immediately determined
authorities,
that the
like
fishermen
someone
seen
that
in this
misses,
footage were
like, a
not
person.
actually Fijian, and nor were the shooters. In fact, the waters didn't even match theirs either. And so, with the video having no ties to their country, they immediately dropped the case. For any others trying to find more information,
Then it was
things
not
were
Fiji.
bleak, as they had no idea where the incident took place, who the victims were, who the shooters were, the identity of the ships, or even the motivation behind the killings. They tried to find out who these victims were by searching
Oh my
every single
gosh.
accessible missing persons
Because
database
it's in the
from all
open
across
sea.
the world. They then tried to find cases of missing ships or reports of shootings at sea, only to reach the same result. Despite seeing it with our own eyes, it was as if these killings never even happened.
Yeah,
With intrigue building
like
around the clip, a few larger news
on
agencies
document,
would pick up the
or
story,
like
most of them admitting
documentate.
that they too couldn't find any noteworthy information on anything involving the case. And with the facts nearly impossible to come by, they instead focused on the more human questions surrounding the ordeal. Why? What had motivated the men on the ship to open fire on these helpless people? And given the media
Vengeance.
climate at the time, a reason was quickly brought forward.
Family members.
These are the pirates of Somalia, holding the world's shipping industry to ransom.
U.S. officials say they are working with other countries to deal with the lawlessness they say is the root cause of the piracy.
We have to ensure that those who commit acts of piracy are held accountable.
The high seas are often a lawless place, and of all the criminal groups that can be found at sea, by far the most notorious at this time were Somali pirates, with it quickly being assumed that the men seen in the water were just that. Pirates that had planned to overthrow the ship, yet were somehow stopped, leading to their slow-motion execution. This honestly explains a lot, like why the crime was never reported and why the crew seemed to be celebrating their killing, as after all, this would mean that they had just survived a pirate attack from a group that likely would have done much worse to them. Because of these reports, the discourse surrounding the footage quickly went from shock to, in many instances, support.
Yeah,
With one
like,
user writing, "Kill those
that's
pirates.
like
They would not
instantly
hesitate
other
to kill you
other
if they
way.
had a chance. How does it feel, you fucking scums?" And while not everyone held such strong emotions, for most it was settled. This was a case of self-defense, albeit a heartless one.
Shit.
Though
Yeah,
as the
because
clip
of
began
that
to
also
slip
not
from the
reported,
headlines, questions began to arise that for a select few weren't so easy to ignore.
I thought it from the beginning, really.
For starters,
I was
in the
not
footage
sure.
we see 4 large boats in the area, which would make one wonder why such a small pirate group would choose to attack a ship that had reinforcements literally right next to it. It almost seemed like a suicide mission. And on top of this, through the debris you can clearly see that the boat was wooden, with it later
Yes.
being identified as a
Super
dhow,
mistake
a
or
slow-moving
so.
fishing vessel almost exclusively used in Arab countries. Given its speed and fragile wooden structure, this would likely be the last choice for many pirates. So not only did this not make sense from an attack standpoint, but the country of origin of this boat seemingly didn't match either. And to make this even stranger, the boat clearly had a flag attached to it, and though it couldn't be definitively identified, flying the flag of a country is almost unheard of for Somali pirates. It's safe to say that the pirate theory wasn't as concrete as many had assumed,
Then
and this only
the
becomes more
people that
evident the
shot
further we
him
dig
was
into the video,
have-
with one of the most glaring
have been the
discrepancies
pirates.
being the demeanor of the crew.
But those are the pirates.
It's obvious that they weren't fearing for their lives at all during this attack. In fact, their words show just how much they were enjoying it, with some people even shouting for the camera to get a better angle and encouraging the gunmen to keep shooting. And perhaps even more importantly, at no point do we see any weapons or any form of retaliation from the men floating in the water. It didn't look or sound like a fight. It appears more as a straight-up attack. And most chillingly of all, one of the swimmers can faintly be heard yelling, "No Somali, no pirate." Despite
Oh
these
shit,
glaring
then they
gaps,
just
years would
attacked
pass
someone
following
just
the video's
out of
upload,
fun,
with
huh?
little in the way of new reported information. However, there were a select few who made it their mission to uncover the truth behind the footage, one sliver at a time. Most notably, a private investigator named
That's what
Karsten
I
von
meant,
Hoesslin
yeah.
picked up the case and documented his journey on a show called Lawless Oceans. He started his investigation by pinpointing the ships seen in the footage, identifying them as the Chun-E 217, the Chun-E 628, the Lao Yuan U-99, and finally, the Pingshin 101, the boat that pulled the trigger. These ships were all tuna longliners operating out of Taiwan, where fishing is one of their economy's biggest industries. But what makes Taiwanese fishing so unique is that their ships operate almost exclusively in international waters, where unlawful activity runs rampant. This includes illegal fishing, long work hours for employees, abuse, and in some cases, even murder. As on the high seas, far away from the watchful eyes of the law, you can get away with almost anything, which explains why this crime had gone undetected for so long. And with the Pingshin 101 being the unquestioned killer, that's where the investigation would quickly be focused.
Yeah, like there's no control. Like
the history
in the
of this
middle
boat
of the
reveals
sea.
a few interesting notes. For starters, it was issued an international yellow card for aggressive behavior years before, though nothing is really known about the incident that led to this decision. But what we do know is that in 2010, the ship had made an insurance claim, citing that it collided with a smaller vessel, causing some minor damages. And though the captain claimed that this was an accident, the footage said otherwise.
Yeah. Then was the phone that this person found in the taxi was from one of the, like the crewmates. Stand up for humankind, yeah.
Somehow, this exact same incident just so happened to be captured by a man sailing aboard the Pingshin 101. The footage shows the longliner aggressively pursuing a smaller fishing boat, while the crew aboard laughs and cheers on, just as they did in the other video.
Yeah.
Only this time, they aren't the only aggressors, as we can see 3 other ships joining in as well. The exact same 3 ships, shown in that original video. Eventually, the Pingshin rams the vessel, causing it to break down, before the video ends abruptly. It's unknown what happened to the ship from here, however many have posited
they are like literally the bodies like
as the other victims
from the ocean, but they're instead of just like
Much like the sea slaughter video, it's unknown why the ship was even attacked to begin with.
Really
this
bad.
clearly wasn't a Somali boat. And again, at no point did we see any sort of
you
weapon or any
so
sort of
defenseless
combativeness
in the
coming
open
from that
sea.
ship.
When
It
something
seemed
happens,
to be simply another fishing vessel. But what else is so intriguing about this video is that the fleet of ships were equally as involved, actively working to corral and trap the boat. And given their proximity to the murdered swimmers in the first video, perhaps they were all involved in that slaying too.
Yeah,
almost as if these ships were part of a gang, with the Pingshin 101 as its leader. With all these discoveries, finding this ship was going to be the key to the investigation, as having documented its aggressive history,
it's like
finding
really
it became
pirates.
everything for investigators.
To be honest,
but
it's
whereas
really
the
like
search
pirates,
for
like
information had thus
Blackbeard,
far been difficult,
like try to
the search for the Pingshin
hijack
101
like other
was
ships.
Impossible. In July of 2014, a cargo ship sailing in the Indian Ocean named the Sam Tiger received an SOS call from a nearby ship. When they arrived on the scene, they saw the Pingshin 101 on fire and sinking alone in the ocean. Upon the crew's rescue, it was stated that there had been some sort of explosion on board and that the engine room had been completely flooded, causing the ship to go down, leaving it burned to a crisp at the bottom of the ocean, just months before the video would be exposed to the public. The ship and all of the evidence that it might hold were gone, and gone under suspicious circumstances as well. Allegedly, when asked about what happened that night, fishermen on board gave varying testimonies that didn't seem to line up, with no one being able to offer any sort of cause for the explosion, and some stating that they didn't even hear an explosion as well. With the story of the flooded engine room seeming off too, considering that it had a watertight door that could have easily been closed, thus stopping the sinking. Today,
they made that on
ship
purpose.
Experts who have reviewed the case believe that the ship was sunk intentionally, but whether this was for insurance purposes or to conceal some sort of evidence is unknown. But the timing of it all might hint at the latter. As crushing as this was for the investigation, there still was hope, as even though the ship was no longer around, the crew certainly was.
Yeah.
Their identities were found after a few had posted images of themselves onto Facebook aboard the Pingshin 101. And after reaching out to many of these crew members, the investigator Karsten van Hoslin found a few who were actually willing to speak with him. And so, individually, they would be asked about the murders at sea, and one by one, they began to recount their experiences. Only, as they began to talk, there was something strange about their story, something that didn't match the video at all. It was the time of day, with each of the men noting that the killings had taken place at nighttime, and that it was completely dark out when the shootings occurred. This made no sense to the investigator until he realized something. The story that they were sharing was not the one portrayed in this video, and instead, it was an entirely different killing, and one that was far, far more gruesome.
Oh, they made even like other things that they didn't even remember.
That very same year, in 2012, not even a week before the events seen in the video. With this incident, no cameras were rolling. Instead, the story only lives through the accounts of the deckhands who watched it all transpire. In was the dead of night, as the Ping Shin 101 floated across the waters of the Indian Ocean, accompanied by 3 other ships in its group. As the sailors finally settled in for a precious few hours of sleep, the quiet of the night was shattered by the captain yelling across the intercom. There was a ship approaching on the horizon, and according to the captain, that ship was carrying pirates. The men knew what this meant as they scrambled to get dressed and headed to the deck, where the group of 4 boats had already begun their offensive measures. Yet, as they watched on, they saw that the ship was silent. It wasn't provoking in any way, and rather was minding its own business, appearing to be on none other than a standard fishing expedition. On its dimly lit deck, a group of men could be seen standing watch, and none of them were armed. Then, noticing that they were in danger, the ship attempted to turn and flee, but it was too late. They had already been labeled a threat by merely being in this fleet's eyeline. Quickly, the Ping Shin 101 caught up with the vessel and struck its side, causing the boat to split in half and throwing its occupants into the dark waters. The light on board flickered, then shut off, covering the wreckage in a blanket of black, leaving nothing but the sound of splashing, yelling, and the faint putter of their engines.
That's so fucked up.
Until the water turns bright, as a powerful spotlight on board the Ping Shin beams into the sea, illuminating one swimmer struggling in the water. The captain calls over his armed security guard and gives the order to open fire. The guard looks back nervously, explaining that he would need to contact his officers at home and get approval to shoot this man, given that the swimmer was not fighting back and had not acted aggressively in the first place. However, to the captain, this didn't matter, and he insisted that the guard open fire anyway. And so, with shaky hands, he raised his weapon and pointed it towards the helpless man, only to pause when he heard a faint cry. It was the supposed pirate in his sights, speaking a language that the Arab security guard knew, and just like the incident that started it all, the swimmer yells, "No, Somali." In that moment, the realization set in that they had just attacked an innocent fishing vessel, causing the guard to immediately lower his weapon, only for it to be ripped from his hands by the captain. His mind was already made up, and so he took aim and fired the gun himself.
Then it was mostly the captain.
The door to carnage.
And corrupted.
That night, the Ping Shin 101 and its surrounding boats would use their spotlights to scan the water for the rest of the ship's occupants, and every time they found one, they would be shot on sight.
Oh my gosh.
Scan.
Just to imagine to be
scan,
like,
shoot,
oh my gosh, that trauma would
and over again.
That would be so traumatizing. Like already in the water, and then you see like how they searching when they find
22 men.
Oh my gosh. That is so awful.
The stories from these crew members added a whole new layer to this case. These ships were targeting innocent fishing boats and slaughtering people at sea for essentially no reason at all. And somehow, all of this information had never once reached the public and only came to light as a result of a single YouTube video.
Yeah, what?
And the discoveries didn't stop there. As investigators were combing through the net for details on the Ping Shin, they found another video.
Huh?
A video depicting the very same slaughter as that original incident. Only this recording was taken from one of the nearby ships.
Gosh, not another. Yeah, like... And it was never like public.
The clip shows exactly what was missing from that initial footage.
That's so fucking
the build up
sick.
to the men ending up in the water, as we can see the dhow still intact and being chased down by the fleet. No weapons are ever used by the victims, even as their ship begins to break down, which in turn forces them to jump into the water, where the executions begin. But that's not the only thing this footage shows, as this angle gives us a better idea of the scope of these murders. It wasn't just 4 men that went into the water. No, in the footage you can see many, many more, their heads bobbing up and down as they await the end of their lives. And though it's hard to tell for sure, it appears that the number of victims was at least triple what we initially believed.
What?
With 12 people ending up in the water. A number corroborated by the crew themselves during questioning, who stated that all the shootings were done by either their captain, the armed guards, or even the other ships. In only a week's time, this fleet had killed upwards of 35 innocent people with their merciless attacks. And given the ship's history of violence and its seemingly crazed captain, there's no telling how many others they had taken
punishing
too.
the captain?
With so many players involved in this situation, it's hard to pin the blame on any one person for these killings. Everybody aboard all had a hand in it, but it makes the most sense to start at the top, with the leader of the fleet and the captain of the Pingshin 101. And given the accounts of the crew members, his identity would finally be revealed.
Oh, motherfucker.
His name is Captain Wang Feng Yu, or as he was more commonly called on the high seas, Captain Hoodlum. According to his crew, this captain was an angry man, crazy even, who made his points by hitting and beating, choosing violence above anything else, which was perhaps done to make up for his inexperience as a captain, given that he was only 35 years old, which was considered very young for that role. The revelation of his identity led to him being tracked down and questioned for his crimes, to which he gave a reason for each and every attack, proclaiming that these ships were pirates and that they were threatening him, even stating that one of the men had tried to board their ship on the day of that infamous slaughter. But upon further questioning, his defense fell apart. His actions were impossible to defend, and whether he even knew it or not, he was responsible for the deaths of countless innocent men, including many by his own hand. As a result, Wang Feng Yu was put on trial for his crimes committed in international waters, which is considered extremely rare for cases like this, with the Taiwanese government charging him for the 4 murders shown in the video, as these were the only ones that they could verify, due to the other story having literally no record of having even happened.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
He was sentenced to 26 years in prison, which after an appeal would be reduced to just 13. Of all the other ships and men involved, no others would be charged along with him, making this the only form of justice to come from the deaths of all these men,
13 years?
supposedly mistaken for pirates.
Oh, what? What?
But as the case now winds down to a close, and we near the end of this rabbit hole, we're still left to wonder about those victims. If not pirates, then
Quite a
who were
disturbing
they?
video, yeah.
Well, this was actually something explored on the Lawless Ocean show.
Oh my gosh,
with the
I'm
investigation taking
terrified.
them all the way to a little-known port in Iran called Kanarak. There, Van Hosen managed to track down records of 2 ships that had been lost to sea in 2012, that had just so happened to match the description of the ones that the Pingshin and their group had attacked. But despite their disappearances, they were never mentioned to law enforcement, and they were never mentioned across any sort of media outlets, even the local ones. Which actually makes sense, as when you start to dig into the background of these boats, it becomes clear that they weren't just fishing, and rather they were more than likely carrying drugs. As it turns out, it was commonplace for vessels like this in that area to carry with them supplies of
then
heroin
it has,
that they would then
like, with
transport
drug
across
trafficking
the ocean.
something to
And what
do.
makes this so crazy is that when you watch the first video back,
Definitely.
you can see little packages floating in the water that
Uh-huh.
appear almost exactly like large bags of heroin. As a result, these ships were likely trying to be extra covert and not draw any sort of attention, as getting in an altercation could easily end up with their dark secret being exposed, meaning that there was likely no way that they were threatening the Pingshin or any of the vessels seen in this group.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't make any sense.
True, they just
However,
want to be
within this context,
undercover.
it's hard to describe these people as being completely innocent. But did this really warrant such a brutal execution? And it's important to note too that the murderous fleet almost certainly didn't expect them to be drug carriers. And given that the Pink Shin and its fleet had no ties to the drug world, it's apparent that these drugs had nothing to do with the killings. It was just a strange coincidence, leaving us still without a true motive. Following this lead, Van Hosen visited a nearby village where many of the fallen crew members' families were living, and there they discovered innumerable people missing their fathers, husbands, children, all of whom had gone to sea never to return, while in truth, these families had no idea just how savagely their loved ones had been killed.
No.
Though this discovery makes the case a bit more
They didn't
morally
even
murky,
knew?
it at least provides an answer to one of the most glaring questions of who these victims were. As though they were never named specifically, it's clear now at least where they came from.
That's terrifying.
The rabbit hole this video carries with it is almost unimaginable. Imagine if we had just accepted the theory that this was an isolated pirate attack. We would never have known the true story behind this fleet,
Yeah.
and the true number of their victims. And
Yeah,
justice would have never been served,
When-
even
if
if
the
said justice
phone
wasn't
would
as
never
satisfying
be
as many had
found.
hoped. But of all the twists and turns of this case, there was somehow one more that remained. As oddly enough, the entire story of this video making its way onto YouTube didn't exactly happen as it was first described.
Huh?
We started this case with the story of the video's uploader discovering the clip on a cell phone found in a taxi cab in Fiji, but she would actually later go on to retract this claim once investigators questioned her further. Instead, she had stated that she had been sent the footage by someone else and felt compelled to share it with the world, to warn others of what was really happening out there on the high seas.
Oh.
She even claimed that she knew it would be potentially dangerous posting this video, not only for her, but for the anonymous person she sent it to. And so, she made up this story to essentially absolve them from any involvement. This means that the clip wasn't found on the cell phone of whoever had recorded it, and instead, it had been circulating. What makes this even more fascinating is that this allowed investigators to track down where the video actually came from, or at least how it had gotten to the island of Fiji, and how it had gotten to this phone in particular. And when doing so, all roads led them to a man who had been an avid collector, and possibly distributor, of so-called snuff films.
What?
And within his devices, these investigators found hundreds of other disturbing videos of brutal killings, making it almost certain that this video was originally sold as a snuff film, and even bringing up the question of whether or not these killings had been done for that sole purpose. This actually lines up quite well with how the men were acting in the video, gloating for the camera and directing the cameraman on where to go, yelling at him to film it all. And given that we don't really have a solid motive for this event, perhaps it was
Then
done
it was like a
for this
disturbing
video
kink
specifically.
stuff?
As after all, these workers
Are
at
you
sea are
serious?
notoriously underpaid, and so a video like
Are you
this would be
serious?
worth much more than anyone on board was used to making. This is, however,
Bro, hey, this
impossible
world
to
is
prove,
sometimes.
and though it may have played a role in
I'm
what was happening that day,
I'm
it seems more conclusive to say
baffled.
that this was a case of a crazed captain who likely just had a crippling fear of pirates, with this paranoia leading to him being
Could also be.
overprotective of his ship and the fleet around him. With this behavior leading to the incidents that, had it not been for a single YouTube video, would have basically never happened, existing instead only as fisherman's tale. And I have to wonder if this could be the case for even more incidents out there at sea, not only for the Pink Shin 101 and its fleet,
I
but
believe
across
also.
the entire high seas. How
Could
many more
really be.
killings have gone unnoticed? Killings that we'll likely never know about, until the next gruesome video finds its way to our screens.
Boah.
I want to give a massive thank you to a few people.
Boah.
Firstly, Nexpo for jumping on this video.
Boah,
You guys
like,
definitely already know this,
that
but
was
he has an
a
amazing
really
channel.
interesting
You don't,
story.
definitely go check it out. And him and I actually
Shit.
have a ghost hunting channel that we do on the side where we go on all sorts of crazy adventures. So if you guys want to check it out, definitely give it a watch.
Hey,
and also, I want to
speeches,
send a shout out to those who did
by me
incredible work
also.
researching this
Like,
case,
this is-
especially
that was
Karsten
a
von Hoslen,
really,
whose show I highly recommend
really,
and will link below,
really
as well as the
interesting
Outlaw
one.
Ocean Project.
What the fuck just happened again? I'm looking, like, first of all, shout out, support Nick Crowley, like, absolutely can recommend his videos, really interesting ones. I'm looking also, like, right now for another one, whether from him or, like, the other video. Wait, quickly. But holy shit, I never thought about that. But yeah, that's true. Like in the middle of nothing, like where only ocean is. Who is regulating that? Atlantis people? I think not. Dolphins? Nah. Huge calamaris? Perhaps, but they're not so like Moby Dick. Oh no, he was hunted down. Who is like, yeah, regulating that? I think we need like an AI that is just like taking the ocean. No, good. Just like when something happens in the middle of the ocean, suddenly like a drone appears, beep whoop, alert detected, or like anomaly detected. Instantly, like the underwater police. Oh my gosh, this is insane. It's like apparently like really a thing, and I'm like kind of even more scared. Like at the end you need like also like cannons, sentries like the pirates had in the past, that you can defend yourself when someone is trying to ram you. Maybe we better burn the outer ocean, but it's gonna be so we're gonna burn the ocean away. That is the solution. Or why I was so dumb. This is the perfect problem solver. If there's no water, then there is also like no ship fights anymore. But everything else also not anymore. That would be pretty shitty, like. Oh yeah, we have still the glaciers. Oh my gosh, it's like fucked up. And we gonna look. Oh, 6 most disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. That sounds good. How the internet destroyed Generation Alpha. Oh my gosh, no, okay, that is pretty spooky. I don't want to see that. I think this one is good.
Since 2007.
Oh. But I hope you're liking it so far. I hope you're enjoying it. But after the food, I was getting so much in the low. Very disturbing for sure. Yeah, like it's making really uncomfortable. Like I was already uncomfortable feeling on the sea, but now it got even worse. Fuck. You said why nobody called it the inspiration and all. It's not a thing in many countries, I guess. Yeah, I think also. Yeah, it's oof. Like also like 13 years like in prison. I thought, yeah, okay, surely like more. 13 years, it's like still like quite a while, but I'm baffled. Let's go. Chilling scares, 5 most disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. Lego.
17, a YouTuber named Phil has been uploading videos of his hiking trips to his channel Hike Slam, where he gives his viewers a glimpse into everything he does to prepare for a long hike, camp alone in the middle of the woods, choose the right hiking gear, and pretty much everything related to the outdoors. On the night before Thanksgiving 2021, Phil went on an overnight hike to camp on the Appalachian Trail near his house in Virginia. For the first half hour of his hike, things kick off pretty normally, but after a while, he finds some odd-looking trash lying on the side of the trail. Strangely, there appears to be some writing on some of the containers he finds, which appear to be song lyrics, though it's hard to imagine why anyone would go through the trouble of writing out entire songs or poems on a plastic container, only to later throw it on the side of the trail. As he crosses the boundary into the wilderness, things continue to get stranger and stranger, and as he nears the campsite, Phil finds another series of disturbing
I think it's my last. Let's step into it. Okay. What the fuck? Surely like some rednecks or so that did that. Just big kids is Tony for being here, and also like Frank is surely like also in the background. Just much love for both of you. Yeah, I don't know, he could also set that up.
Some of the notes appear to contain cryptic poems, others seem to talk about pretty in-depth conspiracy theories and undercover federal agents or something, and the rest appear to be biographical, with whoever wrote them telling parts of their story.
I'm also like,
it's tough to confirm if the person who wrote the notes was the same person who killed the duck, but honestly, it would be too much of a coincidence for the dead duck to be lying right there next to the series of creepy notes, which were obviously placed there recently considering they're in good condition and not wet. After taking in the eerie scene, Phil notices a tarp and a fire next to a campsite about 20 yards away from the notes and the dead duck. Staying as far away as possible from the campsite, he continues making his way up to a shelter. Although this next part wasn't caught on camera, Phil then reported that he saw two women coming down the trail with their dog, asking him if he had seen the guy who was leaving the creepy notes and dead animals on the side of the trail. When Phil mentioned he saw a campsite and a fire a few yards away from the notes, the woman got scared and asked him to walk back to their car with them. Thinking it was probably a good idea to move as far away as possible from the campsite anyway, Phil went back with them and then started hiking in the other direction to find a safer place to spend the night.
What?
Fortunately, the rest of his hike to the new shelter was a lot more uneventful for Phil, and once he got there, he was able to set up a camp for the night, light a fire, and enjoy his dinner miles away from the disturbing notes he found. A few minutes later, once it got dark, Phil decided to go into the shelter and check out the camp log and see some of the notes and stories other hikers had left behind. And that's when things get extremely creepy again.
I'm gonna check out the shelter log here. I hang out by the fire.
That's a real
Almost
thing?
Every shelter on the Appalachian Trail
That's cool.
has a shelter log where people write in their trail names and what's going on. They can write whatever they want in there. So it's kind of cool tradition here. So let's see what this one says. Little engine, back section. Hiking again finally. It's nice and little trail magic. Some comics and writing and stuff. Alright, let's see what's happened recently. Holy crap. Wait a second. Well, let me adjust the camera here. This writing looks almost exactly like the writing that was on that garbage a couple of miles from here.
Even though the shelter where Phil's currently staying at is more than 2 miles away and on the other side of the road from the previous one, the handwriting in the camp log is exactly the same as the handwriting that was on the notes and garbage on the other side of the road.
If it's fake, good storytelling.
This is pretty disturbing in itself, but it gets even more so when Phil starts to actually read some of the content in the logbook.
2018, while I was incarcerated at the Okaloosa County Jail. What the heck? In solitary confinement, I figured the following out. Refer to Isaiah 28:15 through 9. This is the same ramblings from the guy that was on the other side of the river. That's kind of scary. Kind of weird. Those women down there said they were going to call the police on the guy. Wow, this is weird. It's just like it goes in one direction, then immediately goes in a completely different direction. And there's just so much of it.
What the fuck?
Like this line up here. Think grave robbery in an attempt to obscure the reality of Little Mrs. Wolf.
What?
Content. Come up with some more of those wicked schemes, JB and company, so I can show some more of your true character.
The fact that there's a convicted felon walking around the woods leaving dark and weird notes all over the place is extremely concerning. And based on the kinds of stuff the guy is writing, he's probably not in his right mind.
Always go into the woods
this could
with
obviously
a machete.
be dangerous for Phil, especially since it's already pretty dark and he doesn't appear to have anything to defend himself
a
with.
flamethrower would be also nice.
As he gets ready to go to sleep in his tent, Phil walks back to the shelter once more, where he finds half a Gatorade bottle hanging from a string on the ceiling
forest
with
is
a note in the
haunted,
same guy's
just
handwriting that
burn.
reads, "Watch out for Yeet Mouse. The dead do walk and talk."
So
Understandably creeped out by yet another disturbing note, Phil tries to fall asleep in his tent, obviously a little on edge from everything that happened that day. The last thing you'd want to happen if you were in Phil's position would probably be to start hearing strange noises near the shelter in the middle of the night, and that's exactly what happened. While he was falling asleep, he heard something moving near the shelter, and as he poked his head out of the tent, he saw a single guy with a headlamp walking around the shelter. Not wanting to find out if it was the same guy who had been leaving notes, he quietly made his way back to the truck in the middle of the night, checking over his shoulder the entire way to make sure he wasn't being followed. Luckily, he made it back home safely, and as of 2024, he hasn't uploaded another video about the strange notes he found on the Appalachian Trail. It's pretty likely that dozens of other hikers after him came across the disturbing notes and the dead duck, but we'll probably never know who exactly the guy who wrote them was, or what he would have done if he ran into any unsuspecting campers.
What the fuck? Just a big what
Grizzly
what
Gaz
the
is
fuck?
a camping channel on YouTube consisting of dozens of videos featuring Gaz the uploader going on hiking and camping trips in the UK with his French bulldog named Fendi.
Oh.
In a lot of his videos, he
Ah,
goes
wait,
camping
we
in
saw
some
that,
pretty
I think,
extreme conditions,
already.
and he often shows footage of his unexpected encounters with big animals
The
in the middle of
Appalachian
the
Trail
woods.
is pretty dangerous.
In April
I
2023,
take a little
Gaz
more
uploaded
than
a
a
video of a
machete.
camping trip
Oh
he
yeah.
made somewhere in the woods in the UK. The first part of the
Better
camping
like
trip
this.
goes pretty much according to plan, with the footage showing Gaz setting up his tent and chopping wood to make a fire while his dog Fendi keeps him company as the sun begins to set.
No.
This next part wasn't shown in the footage, but as Gaz started to prepare his steak dinner over the fire, a random man in jeans and a coat approached his campsite and asked him for a beer and some food.
Right, we've got steaks on go now. Bit of ribeye. Pot boiling for some mash. And I've got a visitor. Creeped up behind me asking me if I had a light in my pants. This is Martin anyway. I don't know him, but he's stopping for a steak, so...
Just some random creep wandering about.
You went round here in a poncho a couple of months ago, were you?
What the
Although the encounter with the man itself was pretty tame, it's still pretty creepy to be camping in the woods in the middle of nowhere and suddenly be approached by a random guy asking for things.
Yeah.
If you listen closely to what he's saying, some of the guy's sentences are a little incoherent, and he appears to ramble a bit when he talks, almost like he's kind of out of it. Later in the footage, Gaz reveals that Martin was homeless, and that as they shared their dinner, he told Gaz his story about how he had ruined his life with the drugs, and how he had ended up walking alone in the woods that day. Disturbingly, Gaz also mentioned that while they were having dinner, he turned around for a few seconds to chop some more wood to keep the fire going, and when he turned back around, Martin had left the campsite unannounced without even thanking Gaz for the food. After the strange encounter, the uploader decided to leave the campsite and head home out of fear that the man would possibly tell his friends about meeting some guy camping out in the middle of the woods with expensive filming equipment lying around and suggest robbing him or possibly worse.
No.
To see if Martin would come back in the middle of the night with possibly ill intentions, Gaz actually left a trail camera on the tree at the campsite to capture everything that happened that night.
No way.
Based on his behavior, it's pretty hard to gauge Martin's intentions and know whether he was just confused and possibly under the influence, or if he had something more sinister planned that night.
Yeah, sinister
Either way,
could be
it's
really...
probably a good thing that Gaz left the campsite and didn't go back until the next morning. Especially since, when he did go back, his trail camera that he had left was completely gone. Creepy Outdoors is a channel where the uploader frequently shows footage of his nighttime visits to sketchy outdoor
Luckily he
locations
was
during
leaving.
all 4 seasons.
Luckily he
In
was
October
leaving.
2022, Creepy Outdoors uploaded a video of a camping trip he took to an
that's like
unnamed forest in the middle
again. Sorry
of
when
nowhere,
I'm stopping.
recording
That is now again. Always be aware of your surroundings. He was like trusting his guts, and it's just so strange. Even if it looks or it's packed in like nice and polite, why like would you go to someone that is camping somewhere? No, except you have intentions, and sometimes it's like really 50-50. Like I would say like intentions, like it will be like with good intentions, it will be already like from the kind of way he was approaching him already different. Just creeping up from behind, you can say hey, like from from far away. It's like good that he was trusting on his guts for that. It's like really creepy. Really, really
everything
creepy.
he saw as he explored some of the surrounding woods in the darkness. For the first few minutes, all you can hear is the guy's breathing, and you can't help but be kind of amazed at how brave it is to visit a dark forest in the middle of nowhere all alone, not knowing if you're going to run into potentially hostile animals or something else. As the video progresses, the uploader makes a few comments and observations on his surroundings.
Is that Mickey
Throughout
Mouse?
the footage, there doesn't appear to be anyone else in the forest with him.
I think it's Mickey Mouse.
Around 13 minutes in, though, an extremely disturbing sound takes the footage in a pretty dark direction.
Oh, hi.
What? I need to get out of here. Oh, boy. Oh.
Lol.
Okay.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. It's me,
creepy.
Mickey Mouse.
I need to get out of here.
I can't copy Mickey Mouse
In the
voice.
distance, probably a couple of 100 feet away from the uploader,
That's so
a voice
creepy.
yells, "I see you." It's
What?
possible that the
And he's
disturbing
like,
sound was made by a coyote
hi.
or a fox, but because it sounded so much like "I see you," it could have also been another camper trying to mess with the uploader and scare him.
Yeah.
Because the YouTuber had been talking and making noise almost the whole time, he might have inadvertently alerted someone else who may have wanted to play a prank on him just for the fun of it. Still, it's hard to imagine why anyone else would be wandering in the same secluded part of the woods as the uploader. What's most disturbing
calling to
is
police
that
in the
person
woods.
or animal or whatever
Yeah,
it
the
was
woods
that made
is
the
also
noise
like
appeared to
something,
yell out
oof.
right after the guy turned off his lamp,
Like,
almost as if they were
apparently
waiting for
the
that to
ocean
happen to
and
yell
the
out
woods,
something disturbing.
just like somewhere like
Luckily, the
from
uploader was able to
society
make it
away.
back to his campsite safely and has continued uploading outdoor footage to this day. Sam is a YouTuber from Cleveland, Ohio, who's been uploading videos of his stealth camping
I'm not
trips to
tired.
his channel, The Northwest Wind, since 2016.
I'm not yawning.
For those of you who don't know, stealth camping just means parking your camper van pretty much anywhere without paying for parking, and people do it anywhere from residential neighborhoods to the middle of nowhere. In January 2024, Sam uploaded footage of his stealth camping trip to the woods in Cleveland, leaving his camper van at a local dog park a few hundred yards away. On his way into the woods, he finds a camping tent that's been shredded to pieces, which is honestly a little creepy, but he keeps going anyway. After setting up his tent in the woods, he starts cooking dinner on a camping stove. As the sun starts to set, he sees a couple of people walking by the campsite, and this is when he mentions that he's getting a bad vibe and feels like he's possibly in danger from them. Most experienced campers would probably tell you that if your gut is telling you something's wrong, you should probably call it a day and leave, but Sam decided to stick it out for the night and kept on recording. As soon as he settles down in his tent to get some sleep, things start to get very creepy.
There's somebody, hang on. I don't know if they can see it or not.
Perhaps we saw that also. Oh, this gives me so uncomfortable feeling.
Somebody's walking around out there very close to the tent.
As the seconds pass by, the footsteps outside seem to get louder and louder. At one point, Sam calls out to whoever's out there, but at first he doesn't get a response. It's only after he calls out for about the 5th time that every camper's worst nightmare starts to become a reality for Sam.
They're walking around outside in circles.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, it's so
Alright, I
creepy.
don't like this. Hello? Hello? They're touching my tent. Stop. Hello? Hello? Alright, I'm getting out of here. Hello?
I think just right now, at the moment,
Hello?
it's not so the perfect time for camping outside.
This is where we're getting out of here. Hang on. Hello? Okay, they're walking away now. What do you want? What do you want? I have a knife. Where's my knife?
I have a knife. Where's my knife?
With me here.
Oh,
Holy
no.
crap. Get
That's
away.
the,
What do you
the
want?
sentence you shouldn't say out loud.
Hello? I can't see you. Hello? Alright, I'm getting out of here. We're getting out of here.
One thing that a lot of people in the comments of Sam's video have pointed out is that if you're being stalked or attacked by a stranger in the middle of the woods, it's probably not a good idea to show weakness by saying things like, "I can't see you, I'm spooked, and I don't like this."
Yeah.
After this, the attackers apparently leave the campsite, but as soon as he steps out of the tent, Sam sees them standing eerily in the woods just a few feet away from him.
They collapsed my tent on me. I don't know which way they went. I think they went this way.
So you said the quiet part out loud. Yeah, exactly.
Alright, I'm spooked. I don't like this. Get my headlamp on.
He's now
getting out of here right now. They're just standing there. They're just standing there. What do you want? Leave me alone!
Completely freaking out after the disturbing encounter, he obviously decides to call it a night and head back to his van in the park, but things only continue to get worse for Sam.
Alright, they're moving again. I don't know. I'm
Safe human trafficker.
I'll come back for this.
Definitely.
Alright.
Whether that...
I'm leaving, don't follow me! I don't know where to go. I don't know which way to...
Because they don't steal something from him, as I remember.
I smell your cigarette, I can hear you! I hear you!
As he's making his way back to the park, he looks back at the campsite and sees the attackers stealing his things, but he decides to leave his stuff behind, terrified for his life. As he's running through the woods now, he turns back and sees his attackers chasing him.
This has got to lead back to the main
Oh, this
trail.
the scared camping guy who's bright as spotlight doesn't light up here. Yeah, like, I see also the people not. It's,
I got water in my
kind of too
headlamp.
dark.
I need to... I don't know where to go. I don't see or hear anybody anymore. I hear them coming. Can't see the shadow. Here's a path. Okay, get me there. I'm recording all of this.
There's some strange thing. The light is actually your worst enemy. Yeah. Yeah, like it's also.
Okay.
Everyone sees you. Like they are completely like in darkness. Then you see them
Get
not.
away from me!
After making it back to his van safely, he drove home and gave his viewers a recap of everything that happened. As you can imagine, a lot of people in the comments accused the uploader of staging the video, mentioning that nobody in their right mind would continue to record as they sprint through the woods in the dark.
Yeah, that's true.
But his reaction seems pretty genuine to me.
Yeah, like
Different
it looks
people act
authentic.
different ways in situations of stress. As for who the two
Perhaps
guys
he
who
had
stalked
just,
and attacked
like,
him were and
wanted
what they
to make
wanted,
evidence.
it's really anyone's guess.
That's
If what
what
they did to
might
Sam was
suggest.
some kind of joke, that's a pretty messed up joke to play on someone. But because the uploader confirmed that they didn't end up stealing his stuff when he went back the following morning, it's also clear that looting the campsite wasn't really their main focus. We can't really know what they would have done to him if he hadn't run from the campsite, but at any rate, it's probably a good thing he did.
Just like for rituals or so,
YouTube run by a guy
human
named Sean,
trafficking,
some pretty cool
or just
footage
like
of his
a
solo
guy
camping trips
that
everywhere
wants
in
to
the UK.
murder just only,
In February
or a group
2024,
of
he
people.
uploaded a video where he left his van on the side of the road next to the woods, and
Like
then went to
every
do some
option
exploring,
is
jumping
just
over a
bad.
fence to walk through the woods. After that, Sean makes his way back to his van to make dinner, where he then heads out once again for an evening stroll through the woods.
Oh no.
Upon his return to the van, he goes to bed at about 9 p.m. But at 3 in the morning, things start to get a little disturbing.
Uh-oh.
All being well, I'll see you in the morning. Good night.
A car's just pulled up, and it sounds like they're walking around the van.
It's 3 in the morning.
As soon as Sean pulls back the curtains, the people who were walking around the van get back in their car. When he put his head out the window to see what was going on, the car drove away, leaving him alone for the rest of the night. It wasn't until the next morning that Sean realized what the visitors had done to his van.
Right, well I think we should at least go outside
A tracker?
and see how miserable the weather is.
Did they put a tracker on it? That's true, that's why you point it at the other people and not in your own face like that guy. Yeah.
My door's stuck.
It's...
What the actual...
Did they spray it? They closed it.
So here's it was obviously just people wanted to look about and just be funny, I guess, but how dangerous is that, locking someone in their van? Let me check the back door. Well, there's nothing on this one because they wouldn't have been able to tie it to anything, would they? There's no way they could have done that door anyway.
Why someone would want to lock a stranger in their van is anyone's guess, and the only reasonable explanation I can think of is that maybe they were trying to steal the diesel from the van and put the zip ties on the door in case Sean realized what was happening and attempted to get out to stop them. It could have also been a local who didn't want anyone parking their camping van in that area, but we'll likely never know. Luckily, after he cut the zip ties off, he made it back home unharmed and has continued uploading videos of his camping adventures.
Just out of nowhere.
The Facts by HowToHunt.com is a channel dedicated to sharing knowledge about the outdoors and encouraging people to explore the wilderness. In January 2022, a pretty terrifying video was uploaded to the channel in which a group of teenagers can be seen reacting to some strange sounds coming from somewhere in the woods.
Hear that? Get Trevor. Austin, get the light.
Is that with the red eye?
Hey! That was not an elk. Where's that coming from? Get my keys. Oh, get ready.
So stupid. I don't know.
Everybody, get in my truck.
When you're out in the woods in the middle of the night, it can be easy to mistake certain animal noises with human screams. Foxes, coyotes, and bobcats are all known to make sounds that can sometimes be hard to tell apart from human yelling. But in this case, I don't know of any animal that can make that kind of noise, especially when you consider how loud the banging on the trees was.
I thought it would be that video
Elk
with
are known
the
to rub their antlers against
red-eyed
trees,
creature.
but it obviously doesn't sound that loud or menacing. A lot of people in the comments of the video have mentioned that the sounds aren't too different from human screams.
Yeah.
And it could have just been a man screaming in the woods in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Although that's also pretty messed up in itself. Even though some viewers have claimed the video is staged, the uploaders' reactions seem pretty genuine in this case. And the only thing we can say for sure is that it's probably a good thing that the guys didn't run into whoever or whatever was making those noises.
6 most disturbing locations? No. Where's it gone? What? What?
The uploaders' reactions seem
we
pretty
look
genuine
just
in
this
case.
video, and
the
then
only
I
thing
would
can
say we go into
Bermeja.
some memes.
If you were to look at pretty much any map of the Gulf
like
of
also
Mexico
from
drawn by Spanish explorers in the 16th and 17th centuries, you would
Chilling
find a small
Scares.
island lying off the
Big
north coast
Kiss.
of
The
the
video was
Yucatan
really
Peninsula
awesome.
called Bermeja. Although the exact location of
Scary,
the island
just-
varied slightly depending on the map, it was a well-known fact that the island at least existed. Bermeja was first mentioned by Spanish cartographer Alonso de Santa Cruz in an official list of islands in the Gulf of Mexico, published in Madrid in 1539. Alonso de Chaves, another Spanish cartographer, once wrote that from a distance, Bermeja looked blondish or reddish, which is where the island's name came from. A couple of hundred years later, in the mid-1800s, French-Mexican cartographers published reports stating that the island of Bermeja had started to sink. By the late 18th century, Bermeja was no longer featured in many maps of the area, and the last time it showed up on an official map was in the 1921 edition of the Geographic Atlas of the Mexican Republic.
What?
In the late 90s, the
This
American and
this
Mexican
island doesn't
governments started
exist anymore.
negotiations to determine the boundaries for the exploitation rights of oil in the Gulf of Mexico. If the Mexican government could find the island
For
of
your program,
Bermeja,
it
that would expand
would be more
Mexico's oil
pocket
drilling
children
rights way
scarce
further
than
into the
chill.
Gulf.
Yeah.
Around that time, the Mexican government conducted 3 official
it's always
investigations to
meme at
find
the
the
end.
island, armed with state-of-the-art ultrasound technology and all kinds of modern tools to locate it. Mysteriously, they couldn't find any trace of the island, and according to spokespeople from the Mexican Navy, it was as if the island had never even existed. A year after the Mexican Navy failed to find Bermeja, a Mexican senator named Jose Angel Cioncielo, who was one of the most fierce advocates for the expansion of Mexico's oil drilling territory and the island's existence, was killed in a car accident on a Mexican highway when a semi-truck slammed into the right side of the car.
What?
His death quickly became the fuel for a conspiracy theory, according to which the CIA had blown up the island to further an oil-fueled American agenda. Of course, this theory is a bit of a stretch, and some of the other more logical theories that surfaced regarding the disappearance of the island are much more likely to be true. One possibility that researchers seem to favor is that the island sunk after an earthquake or underwater landslide, which led to a further series of explorations in 2009 to see if the remains could be found at the bottom of the ocean. However, despite the even more advanced technologies that were used during that year's official investigations, the ultrasound exploration of the ocean floor revealed absolutely nothing but a sandy ocean bottom. Speculation that the island had never existed once again started circulating online and in the news, leading many people to adopt it as the truth. After the failed explorations in 2009, Julio Zamora, president of the Mexican Society of Geography, claimed that the existence of the island of Bermeja had probably been faked by early Spanish explorers to throw off other explorers and military rivals from other countries. This would make sense, as it was common practice to make slightly inaccurate maps back then for the sake of strategy. Another possible theory is that the island could have been drawn by one cartographer in the wrong location by mistake and replicated dozens of times over the centuries by other unaware cartographers. Still, some researchers think that due to the very precise descriptions of the island's physical appearance, Bermeja probably did exist, but in another location. Despite the abundance of theories regarding the mysterious island's location and existence, 15 years after the last exploration of the last known location of Bermeja, the truth is still a mystery and will probably remain that way forever.
Google Earth? Google Earth?
Overton Bridge.
Hey?
Built in 1895 in Dumbarton, Scotland, the Overton Bridge is a Gothic-style bridge overlooking a 50-foot ravine that leads up to Overton House, a 19th century manor in the Scottish lowlands. At first glance, Overton Bridge looks pretty much like any other bridge from the time, but there's one pretty dark detail that makes it different from any other structure in the area. For the past 80 years, hundreds of dogs have been jumping off the bridge and down to the ravine to their deaths for seemingly no apparent reason. Sometimes the dogs survive the fall and are left with debilitating injuries. And according to some reports, there have even been instances where dogs allegedly jumped off the bridge, survived, ran up the slope, and then jumped off once again to their deaths. Depending on the source, you'll find reports stating that the amount of dogs that have jumped off the bridge is either lower than 100 or in the high 100s.
What?
But regardless of the exact number, it's a fact that a lot of dogs have died at this bridge for some mysterious reason. As you can imagine, these incidents at Overton Bridge have fueled all kinds of outlandish theories, including suggestions that the bridge is haunted. According to Celtic pagan beliefs, the bridge is located at a thin place, which is a place that lies at the supposed union between heaven and earth. Some locals have also favored more supernatural theories, with many people blaming the dog's death on the White Lady of Overton, the alleged ghost of the widow from Overton House.
I thought you would know this bridge,
among locals is that the dogs are being affected by negative residual energy from a tragic event that took place in 1994, in which a 32-year-old father threw his baby off the bridge, claiming that his child was the Antichrist. Following the tragic murder, the father was declared insane and locked up in a psych ward. But even with all the more outlandish theories that have gained traction in recent years, some researchers have come up with more plausible explanations for the mysterious incidents at Overton Bridge. In 2006, animal behaviorist David Sands investigated the bridge and suggested that the dogs are probably detecting the presence of wild animals below the bridge with their keen sense of smell, which makes them chase after the smell and inadvertently jumping to their deaths. This would make sense, as according to official statistics in the area, minks began breeding in large numbers in the 50s in Scotland, and most long-nosed dogs seem to favor the smell of mink over any other small animal, including squirrels. From my research, most of the dogs that have died at the bridge are long-nosed breeds. Also, because the bridge has tapered edges, from the dog's point of view, the edge looks more like a flat plane, safe for running and chasing after small animals. So, while there will probably continue to be speculation about paranormal activity at Overton Bridge for many years to come, it's much more likely that the dogs aren't intentionally taking their lives and are simply falling to their deaths on accident while chasing the odors from other animals.
But it could be really an odor. thing.
Abandoned
Like
viaduct
pheromones.
Petrobras. In the 1950s, the Brazilian government began a project to build BR-101, Brazil's longest highway spanning almost 3,000 miles. In the 1960s, construction began on a segment of highway called the Viaduct Petrobras that was meant to cross the Brazilian jungle to connect Rio de Janeiro and Santos, São Paulo. 16 years after construction started, the segment of highway that crossed the jungle was due to be connected to an already existing part of the highway to finish the project. However, due to Brazil's economic crisis, plans changed at the very last minute, and instead of connecting the viaduct to the existing road, the highway was linked to a different coastal route. As a result, the Viaduct Petrobras was left abandoned in the middle of the jungle, and to this day, the Brazilian government has done nothing to remove it or reuse its parts. Standing over 130 feet tall and almost 1,000 feet long, the structure features fully built tunnels, retaining walls, and a gigantic concrete foundation, which has slowly been swallowed by the jungle as the years have gone by. To an outsider, the Viaduct Petrobras looks like it was taken out of the city and dropped in the middle of nowhere in the South American jungle for no reason,
like what our
giving off
civilizations
an eerie atmosphere.
brought up in
Even
this
though
world.
the Viaduct Petrobras seems pretty wasteful, the
If
out-of-place
aliens
structure
would
is now
visit
a pretty
us and
popular
would see
tourist
that, they're
destination
like,
for curious
what
travelers
is
and
that
locals
for?
wanting to catch a glimpse of the
Is that like
abandoned
art?
concrete giant. Kola Super Deep Borehole.
This is like
In the
little
1960s, the
concrete
Soviet
jungle.
Union and the US were locked in a battle to develop superior space exploration technologies, often referred to as the space race. But what many people don't know is that the two countries were also competing to drill as close as possible to the center of the Earth. As is often the case, the motivation behind the drilling was mostly to find oil and valuable minerals. But from what I found, developing machines that can get close to the center of the Earth would also help understand the causes of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions at a much deeper level. In 1958, the US government launched Project Mohawk to collect a sample from Earth's mantle by drilling to the bottom of the ocean off Guadalupe Island in Mexico. Over the next 8 years, they drilled over 600 feet into the seabed, but in 1966, the House of Representatives had to discontinue the project because it was getting too expensive. 4 years later, in 1970, it was the Soviet Union's turn, and they drilled their hole close to the Barents Sea just outside the Norwegian border in a city known as Murmansk, Russia. At the time, the Soviets' goal was to drill as far down as possible, which researchers hoped would be a little over 9 miles. Unlike the US, the Soviets were a little more successful with their attempt and managed to drill way deeper into the Earth's crust, which resulted in the creation of the Kola Super Deep Borehole, also known as the world's deepest man-made hole. With a total depth of over 40,000 feet, or around 7.5 miles, the Kola Super Deep Borehole is deeper than the Mariana Trench, and its depth surpasses the height of Mount Everest. As the project progressed, the scientists realized the temperature was much higher than expected at every point below 10,000 feet, and at around 7.5 miles below the surface, the drill reported a temperature of almost 360 Fahrenheit. This was way higher than the 212 degrees Fahrenheit the scientists had predicted at that depth.
Oh shit.
So even though the Soviets had broken a record with the Kola borehole, they too had to discontinue the project in 1992 due to increasing rock densities and crazy high temperatures. And in 2005, the drill was shut down and the hole was sealed for good.
In 2005,
However, that wasn't the end of the story, and there's a slightly more disturbing
then
reason why people remember the Kola Super Deep Borehole. In the late 80s, a strange story started circulating in several Christian Finnish newspapers, which reported that a group of Soviet scientists had drilled a hole to the center of the Earth and had allegedly lowered an extremely heat-tolerant microphone into the hole.
I remember
this,
that.
They supposedly heard a series of extremely disturbing, tormented screams coming from the bottom of the well.
I don't know.
Throughout the 90s, the story spread to other countries, until even American newspapers were running it. As the story gained popularity, sound files with the supposed audio of the tormented screams from the center of the Earth started appearing everywhere online, with allegations that the screams came from tormented souls stuck in hell. As it was later revealed, the original recording of tormented screams was made from a loop of various sound effects and the soundtrack from the 1972 movie Barren Blood. From this point forward, it was pretty much common knowledge that the screams were fake. However, it is a fact that some pretty disturbing sounds have been heard coming from the Kola Super Deep Borehole, along with other super deep boreholes. In 2013, Dutch artist Lute Given traveled to the 30,000-foot deep KTB Super Deep Borehole in Germany, where she lowered a microphone protected by a thermal shield to see if she could pick up any sounds at the bottom of the well. Interestingly, a mysterious deep rumbling sound that scientists couldn't explain could be heard through the microphone, which in the artist's own words, some people thought sounded like hell, while others thought they could hear the planet breathe. Even though the sound is pretty cool to hear, even if a little haunting, the consensus among scientists is that the sound comes from layers and layers of rocks rearranging themselves after being moved around by the drill that made the hole.
I think it's just like
crater.
Also when sound is appearing, it needs to travel through the whole
stumbled upon a mysterious crater
through
with
the
a
whole
diameter of over 500 feet and a height of almost 140 feet
to like reach the microphone, and that can
at the center of
like
the crater,
distort
he found
that
a little
so
hill
much.
around 40 feet tall, which kind of looked like an eagle's nest with an egg inside it. Curious to find out what was inside the crater, Kolpakov made plans to climb the mound and take a look inside to confirm his hypothesis that the crater had been caused by a meteorite.
Yeah, I would
but
also
the locals warned him
think
that
about
Fire
that.
Eagle Nest, as it's become known all over the world, allegedly possessed evil powers, and whoever stepped inside it would be dead soon after. Dismissing the insistent warnings as superstition, he climbed the mound, but failed to find any rock samples that supported his meteorite hypothesis. Over time, more and more expeditions were carried out to the crater, including one in 2005 in which the leader of the investigation died of a heart attack shortly after visiting the crater. Based on the findings of recent explorations, scientists have ruled out volcanic eruptions, nuclear explosions, and impact from a meteorite as possible causes for the crater.
Yeah, meteorite and
In the absence of a solid
eruption
answer,
sounds really
some have
likely.
started coming up with all kinds of theories to explain its origin, including the possibility that a UFO landing made the crater. Others have linked the crater to the Tunguska meteorite, the remains of which have never been discovered. One of the things that makes it so difficult to determine the origin of Fire Eagle Nest, or Kolpakov Cone as it's now popularly known, is that the crater frequently changes shape, which suggests that whatever caused it is still affecting it to this day. The only thing scientists know for sure is that the crater is around 250 years old, which they gathered from the rings on the trees growing on the mound. Strangely, it's been scientifically proven that the trees closer to the crater grow much faster than normal, which is similar to what happened in the forests around Chernobyl after the nuclear disaster. The lack of solid explanations, coupled with the weird tree phenomenon, has been fuel to the fire of outlandish conspiracy theories about underground nuclear plants and nuclear-powered UFOs buried beneath the crater. To this day, scientists still haven't determined what caused Kolpakov Cone
Conspiracy
to appear, and no
theorists
asteroid
are always
fragments or metal
like
parts have been
instantly.
found in the crater to support some of the theories people have come up with over the years. As of today, the most logical explanation is that the mount could have been caused by the underground release of hydrogen fluids and heat from a nearby gas volcano.
Yeah.
This could have caused changes in the size of tree rings, which would explain why scientists thought they were growing at an abnormal rate. Still, despite the more convincing explanations that have surfaced over the years, the origin of Kolpakov Cone will probably remain a mystery for many years
That's
to
a
come.
cool, like it looks really cool.
Villa Epicune. In the 1920s, a small tourist village about 400 miles from Buenos Aires, Argentina, called Villa Epicune, was built along the shore of Lago
Well, I need to
Epicune, a salt lake
sit
touted
up.
for the health benefits and therapeutic effects of its mineral waters,
Or else
which
I'm-
were said
I'm,
to be
like,
beneficial for
drifting
rheumatic
away.
conditions. Quickly turning into a
I
weekend
really
getaway
need,
for Argentina's upper class,
after
the town
this
soon
this
had a
video,
functional railroad station
like a
and
little bit
population
meantime,
of about
but I
1,500
need
with
to
a capacity
slowly
to
also
accommodate
call it
around
tonight.
5,000 additional visitors at its peak in the 70s. Due to its popularity as a weekend getaway for Argentine city dwellers, a lot of money was poured into Villa Epicune to expand its accommodations and make it as comfortable as possible for visitors. However, it seemed not a lot of resources or attention was dedicated to the containment dam that separated the lake from the town. Unfortunately, on November 10th, 1985, the containment dam broke during a storm and a series of unusual strong winds. For 2 weeks, the water rose at a rate of half an inch per hour, until eventually the containment dam was completely destroyed by the water, after which all the locals
I
had to
couldn't
abandon
stay
their homes and businesses
still
and leave
for more
behind
than
Villa
an
Epicune.
hour. Yeah.
Over the following days, the flood drowned the town over 30 feet underwater.
Oh shit.
And it wasn't until 25 years later in 2009 that the waters began to recede and now show the eerie remains of the town,
Oh
which
my-
now looks like something out of a dystopian movie.
Yeah, like for
From
real.
above, you can see the original layout of the streets of Villa Epicune, along with its many businesses and the houses 1,500 people called home.
Oh
With
shit.
its overgrown
Like
trees,
because of a
rusty
dam broke.
post-apocalyptic appearance, and ghost town vibes,
Yeah,
Villa
that's
Epicune
really
now draws
ghost
in
town.
tourists and photographers from all over the world who want to get a glimpse of the ruins of the once bustling getaway town. Due to the high levels of salt in the water that once flooded the town, most of the buildings in Villa Epicune are covered with a thin white residue, giving the town an even more creepy appearance.
Are always good.
One of the more interesting facts about Villa Epicune is that even after it was completely destroyed by the water and flooded for more than 25 years, as soon as the water receded in 2009, one of the locals, then 81-year-old Pablo Novak, decided to come back home and live out the rest of his days in Villa Epicune.
No.
Out
What?
of the original 1,500 residents of the town, Pablo was the only one who came back. As the lone inhabitant of Villa Epicune, Novak was officially named a cultural ambassador of the town in 2020. But unfortunately, in January 2024, Pablo Novak passed away at the age of 93, leaving the town once again completely abandoned.
What? I mean, sit on this pretty ass for 6 hours is close to yoga. Yeah, like I'm like kind of meditation position, like whether this or like this. I just switch always around. Holy moly, like what the actual those places have been really, like some of them really like cool looking, but also the bridge was so what the fuck, like why are dogs like running there down? I can really imagine like with the pheromones that it's like an odor of a special animal or so, but it's still fucking creepy. Like you wouldn't expect that, and then also like so many times. But yeah, guys, I hope you liked the spooky content. Like it was, the videos have been really good. We had a little bit of slow start in a way. Like the clips at the beginning haven't been bad, but yeah, like a lot of fakey ones in a way. But yeah. It's sometimes like sometimes more authentical ones, sometimes a little bit less. It's always switching. Oh gosh, the video. I think I found 2 good videos. If you laugh 2 times you lose. Challenge accepted. Okay, 2 times we lose. Fuck, I laughed already. No! Let's go.
Really careful, not yet. Roger.
Tickle, 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 tickle.
5 minutes and I'm gone. Thank you, Luna, for tonight. No, big kisses, Tony. Thanks a lot to you for being here.
Forfake VS
Chatting
for
with
real.
us.
Forfake.
Watching, lurking. Just much love for that.
For real.
I wish you a wonderful night. Sleep well, sweet dreams when you get there.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Big kisses, Tony. What?
Need more paint.
That feels nice.
Get out of my brain! Get out of my brain! Not again! That happened already?
Haven't you bothered me enough, you big banana head?
In the field, I didn't know how to feel, but I was in my way. Yo, tell us all this. going. Hot like wind was going. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you.
My only customer.
Don't have a double chin. What you do have is bad posture. So all you need to do is 2 steps. Bring your shoulders up, back, and down. Bring your chin slightly forward and then slightly down, and look at the difference that makes.
Fuck. Okay, one time love. Huh? Huh? What is going on? Huh? Huh?
Yeah.
Granny?
Fuck VS reality. Fuck.
So the thing I keep thinking about is, was it worth it to be happy for a little bit, even though it ended up sad?
Real.
モカちゃんが教えてくれたいろんな見た目になれるアプリなんだって。どれどれ。
I can't believe that.
Is this Freddy Fazbear? R R R R R R R R R R R R R R R.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
Excuse me. I really love your shoes.
Oh my god, thank you. I actually.
I did it. I got
Oh, yeah.
What? Well, I need really to save out my last life. What the? I saw my cat and he came back.
What's your name? Sasha. No, what's your real name? Carlo. What's your name? Marco.
Prince Charming.
No! No!
I love you.
He's making it better with kisses.
Wait.
Dead. Dead.
Братя ваши скида. Какво се видим скида? Агри.
Shit happens. Oh, the. Oh. No way.
Can you help me up?
Oh my gosh, is that.
Good boy, fist bumps. Yeah.
That is so adorable. Oh my gosh. What happened with the dude? To be honest, he never came back. He found a new world. It's Narnia. Okay, let's go. Ah!
Damn, y'all, this the fastest
Bro, doing
sandwich
all
maker
this for
I know.
for $9 an hour. No way. Oh, what's that?
Du ska fan ikke ha noe nudler on my watch! Vi er på diett!
Wait a minute, was that bacon or steaks? What is the pig doing there? I need to roll one.
So I have this Primo 1995 Chevy S10 for sale. I'm only asking $599.
Have you spilled my board yet?
No, Jerry, why you did that? All the time. Now I need to buy a new table.
52
Fuck
yards,
you.
really just a nice, comfortable man.
Like out of nowhere.
They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
I think it was steaks. Kind of. It looked, yeah, like a good idea. Huh?
Hello. That's pretty decent, isn't it?
Song of the week is literally just Ribs by Lord because that song is a fucking classic.
Dude, I fucking love that song
it's
so much.
Bring in the cheese.
What the fuck? Just half of the studio like was also like trying to talk their opinion. I'm gonna go slide. Spidey?
Get chubby cheeks.
Spidey?
Who is this ops? He beefing with the 7 Seas, throwing cannonballs and this shit.
It's fucking beautiful, man.
Шушенска, сука, открываю холодильник.
Just gave my boy a fresh cut. Yeah, you know what time it is.
Oh! Oh! And even with slapping, oh my gosh. Just like raising the blood flow.
Excuse me.
I expected it would be much deeper, not that.
Co wam kurwa teraz pokażę, to wam łeb zryje do końca życia. Proszę bardzo.
Always clean.
Bruh, look how much bees there is, bro. That's private property. You can't just be right here. Decided, low.
Uh-oh.
You have anything to say?
Mira cómo.
He was bugging. Hey, is your kid also saying they're bugging? We have the perfect solution. What type of rice is this?
Розчаска нанотехнології, блядь.
Come on. I'm trying, man. All right, let's go.
That was kind of fishy. Oh no! Ah! One
One on me right now, quick. I'm getting over there. Dude, oh, what the? He's a bot, Jack. Where were you?
Can't take Jeremy anywhere. Huh? Oh. I don't know if that's a good idea.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
That was a lobster. Aw, birds are also so cute.
Welcome to Wendy's. What would you like?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pains, 55 sauces, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
Taking you over there?
Sorry, yeah, I'll just come in.
This is my humor, this is so stupid. Oh my god. How he said that? He was like so spitting bars, holy shit. And also making an order on the side. Oh shit. Hey! That doesn't determine future. Anyway, it's getting late. Good night. Good night. That was golden. That was.
Why is she frozen?
No, where is it? He was so into it. Huh? Where's? Oh. Huh? I.
Over there?
It's so stupid.
Welcome to Wendy's. What would you like?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pains, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
I'm taking you over there?
Sorry,
How he's
yeah, I'll
like
just come in.
calming him down. I'm sorry. Oh, I feel that. Let's go next one. I'm like. Just what happened?
Oh, I think that's a little too big for that,
Seuraavalla kerralla luemmekin Mika Valtarin kiekua ja
I want to come in LeBron's mouth so badly. If LeBron were a slave, he would be my first round pick.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it? Okay.
What?
Krabby Patty.
Can you shut the fuck up?
That was an interesting cooking machine.
Dude, OSHA
No.
fired me because of my creative genius.
Excuse
but
me,
look at this
sir?
makeshift ladder.
No.
Hey yo, Papa Raj, how's the meal?
This shit is busting respectfully.
Yes, sir.
What the fuck? You ready? Let's take a shit together.
What? Is that both?
the most insane vending machine I've ever seen in
I'm
my
having
life.
trouble
okay?
deciding if I should get.
Okay, now, okay.
Should I get the Lay's chips or the Plan B, or maybe a modern cultism? Matter of fact, I'll just get the Burt's Bees.
What? Yeah, like you need it always to the hand.
Horizontal crow ass.
Bug? So we are installing a new shower and this happens.
Sometimes I think, and then I forget.
What is he doing?
Oh shit, I dropped my wallet. I dropped my wallet. I dropped my wallet.
Oh no. Like with short nails it's bad, and with long nails it's bad. Like this finger I can use right now. Me playing basketball. A poor.
Dreamable on the fridge? A bit chilly, let me just heat them.
Oh no. What? I said it to you guys, the water cans are taking over the world.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, this is Topside, your Medicare Advantage assistant. How are you?
Oh no, this is an elevator. You got the wrong number, bruh.
Huh? How is that even that possible that you can call those? Like the elevator.
So I made my 12-year-old her birthday cake.
What? What? I need
So I
to...
made my 12-year-old her birthday cake.
Huh? Huh?
Birthday cake.
I was pressing stop.
So I made my 12-year-old her birthday cake.
At least she made like a cake herself. That's cute. Oh no, the face is gone. What the fuck, yeah, for real? Why?
40,000, 3 million, $18, $40 million.
Hay que ver el piso. Lo duro que son los perros, Que bien tan educados, chiquillos.
Oh, what's up, buddy? You looking for the water tanks? They're that way. The water tanks, they're that way. Los tanques están allá. Oh, you speak Spanish.
Wisdom and success, love and protection, relaxing calmness, God.
What? Oh, fuck.
Yes, the zodiac sign, of course. Who did this? Why? Teenagers.
Well, I'll tell you what that is, Michael. That's Dementors.
That's the mentors.
A 1,200 pesos son potentes, eso remueve el negocio, vaquea. Agárralo que se va, agárralo.
Oh shit! Shit! Can you buy that just like in grocery store?
Okay.
This door on the train kept us entertained for an hour and a half.
Ooh.
I would cry in the shower, so no one knew I was crying, right? Nick, why are your eyes red? I got soap in my eyes, right? Like there was always an excuse.
Why is he
It was
flipping
my
me off?
21st.
If you bite your lip, not the other lip.
Oh guys, why is the chat always sometimes like this? I can't believe that. What the fuck?
My brother used to break in our house and steal the TV.
But now he's dead.
That was so dry. That was so dry. Just out of nowhere. And now he.
以上ここまでは地震関連のニュースを福岡のスタジオからお伝えしました。
It's the ghost, Larry. You got nothing to lose.
Since we've been engaged, G hasn't had a job. When I ask him what he's going to do for a career, he just looks at me and says, "Baby, I'm Batman."
Just because I don't get paid doesn't make it not a job.
They want me.
Oh, look at this goofy man.
Yeah, it's because
Lizzie,
of
what's
the
like your
light.
favorite part of a computer?
They not want him.
A space
They want
bar.
warmth.
Huh?
Aha, kurwa.
No, no. That's so bad moment.
Manage your disabled space, grand. But what's this one here for?
Where is Brandon?
I'm sorry, I'm late.
I'm Kanye West now. You hear me, Kanye West? I'm taking over. I'm Kanye West.
I think those were mosquitoes, yeah, like a lot of them. Holy moly. New PR? Bro driving a shoe. Ow. Bro's the reason why our phone bills are so high.
Yo, I kind of want to drink. What the fuck? Oh, hey, dude.
Doggo! We know this one. What type of rice is that? Is that even rice? You can call me Albert Newton. He made the impossible possible. Why is that so trashed there? Haircuts in our eyes. Bro was liking it. Damn!
Hey, gang, the homeless people in Houston different, dog, all the way at the light up there. Bro got a QR code on the tree. He said, I'm gonna get my paper regardless. What can you talk about?
What is for a website on it? What is going on? Am I sleeping already? Did I fell asleep? Oh no.
Who's in Minneapolis, and Gary, all eyes on this case.
Yeah, I mean, Rita won.
That is mean.
Bitch. No, let me see a combo though. Ooh. Us.
Yeah.
Us. Woo.
Damn.
That bit. Hey, that bit, Justin. Hit that bit, Lee.
What? Oh, it's a little bit. It's a short shirt.
Claude Van Damme en Ganar o Morir. Con Rosana.
When I ride the best cause I come from the west. Baby, let me show you how I ride. When I ride. Wow, baby!
So check this out. My kitty
What the
had,
fuck?
She had.
You guys, we went to Panera Bread to get some sandwiches and soup. So I decided to get the Chipotle chicken avocado sandwich with some mac and cheese and some chips. So this is the sandwich.
Mr. George.
It's like, huh?
For you, Mr. George, because the new
Doors installed.
that you're hiding is no good, Mr. George. I send you this video to you, Mr. George. You know I take care of me.
Go! Oh.
What the fuck is that?
It wants just a hug.
This is an incredibly impressive piece of technology. If you look, it's got sort of a boom arm and 2 clamps that it uses to...
They got ghosts underwater now? Yeah, like this octopus is so strange looking. Such an alien. What is that for a giga chat?
Can I ask you guys something real quick? Does it hurt? Always having blue balls?
I'm so speechless right now. What the fuck was that? We saved all our accounts from this semester.
My husband bought this 60-inch TV from someone off the street, but it's only showing the Taco Bell menu. How do we fix this?
Oh no, he doesn't realize that it's just a light screen. Wait a minute, did she? What? How do you steer with that? What the?
Townsend, how many drinks are you having tonight?
Nothing, brother. I'm staying sober, brother.
You want to play mermaid?
Whoa, got one suspicious package. That bag looks like this, and we believe it to be that bag right there.
Seriously?
Everyone stay calm. Stay calm.
Okay. Wait, what?
Please move back.
Move back. Move back.
Now take the bag.
Move back. Move back. Everybody move back, you guys. Everybody.
Huh? It's not by car wash that you should leave the door shut. Because the interior is, yeah, most of the times leather. I just found a Caterpie from Pokemon. Cute.
Hey, what are y'all doing?
These motherfuckers were literally banging on. They just, it's invasion, it's a dog invasion. Newcastle fan come prepare. What?
You walk in there, you look at this machine, you go a bunch of different.
Hmm?
Nadapia kali pele, nadani mama. Nadapia.
That's it from me. I hope you have a
Some
lovely
people can do
afternoon,
that,
whatever
like
you're up
for
to.
real.
Goodbye.
Like when they drink a lot of water, that they can spew it out like this. But I want to try it out. We go here. It's the last video for tonight. What? She was doing that on purpose, Granny.
Dim Nandi. Dim Nandi.
Dude, OSHA fired me because of my creative genius, but look at
No,
this
no, no,
makeshift
not again.
ladder.
Not the Guinness. Alright. Let it fly. That's the Guinness for number 3.
Why? He lost the bet.
My brother used to break in our house and steal.
No,
the
not
TV.
again.
But now he's dead.
What the fuck is this clip?
Like
Is
the video
that
and
is surely
subscribe
like
for
out
your
of context.
Enjoy.
Ooh. But guys, I really hope you're enjoying it.
Nothing, brother. I'm sober, brother.
Yeah. Straight out of Looney Tunes.
Bring in the cheese.
Can you give me the biscuit? Yeah.
Oh wait, no, wait. It must be.
Así se dan vuelta los
Aua.
Me preguntan cómo se hace. Uy, yo hace que chuparse la cocina.
Stole, stole. Stole, stole.
Stall.
Got about a 70-degree angle here. 72. Approximately.
God damn, bro.
Bad bull. Eh? What is going on? Like, there's too much.
Hey, you. Do a flip.
点击不中，主人留一下追踪器。
Of course.
拉尿，快走，快走。慢点，慢点。
Jacob with a challenge. Rizzo gets a good read, but Joro off the ceiling. What a save from Jacob!
Okay.
Cars.
I would cry in the shower, so no one knew I was crying.
Oh no, that
Like,
is.
why are your eyes red? I got soap in my eyes, right? Like there was always an excuse. It was my 21st birthday, celebrated in Miami. Everybody that I was with brought back a girl, and who didn't?
Oh, the comments are just. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't. Like the chat is sometimes so reckless. What? How? Da potente.
I'm a married man. Married man.
Everyone just was.
You got nothing to lose.
How everyone is cheering him up.
There's a lot of trapped air in here. Is this one? This one? Nothing. So we're gonna open it. Hopefully it doesn't explode right away.
Alright, I'll catch you later, bro.
See you, bro.
So, same time tomorrow?
I can't. This was like more exploding than I even thought. It was like the first wave
Taking a Snapchat
after
of me?
atomic bomb.
Okay. What, letting somebody know you got pulled over?
Yeah, I don't want to get arrested.
Okay. Why are you gonna get arrested?
I don't know.
Okay. Are you a valid driver?
Do I look too homeless?
What?
Oh, what was that again? Ah. That's yet the same as before.
That stream is producing quite a bit of foam. Be mighty unfortunate if somebody were to fall in there. It'd be really embarrassing. Thankfully, no one has.
No.
Dead at 30.
What?
Captain Sparkle's dead at 30.
I forget it all the time. No, back to back.
What? Oh fuck.
Oh, again.
Steven.
Yo.
What up, babe?
Oh man.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Come on. Bitch.
That was helpful.
How much did you get? Cheer up, buddy. I got a 0.
Bon, j'ai mis des vidéos mauvais endroits, mais moments de vérité. Ok.
Wait a minute.
Güey, pudiste andar con una persona que te engañó 15 veces, que no puedas cruzar esto.
Oh, saved. And the laughing is like a bird. The more I watch this, the more it gets funnier. Like he's like raging, just like blandly. You probably don't enter the room like.
Just making sure.
Eh?
I want you to take a deep breath. 1, 2, and say out.
Oh, what's up, buddy? You looking for the water tanks? They're that way. The water tanks, they're that way. Los tanques están allá. Oh, he speaks Spanish.
Oh no, poor Caddy. Oh, his friends are coming. Now he looks for worms. Those again.
Somebody lashes is crawling.
Dementor! Dementor! Do you see him? Well, I'll tell you what that is, Michael. That's Dementors!
Yo, that one there was a violin.
I got a new beauty blender in today. It looks like this. It's marketed as a silicone puff makeup applicator. From the other reviews, they say you're supposed to just like...
What the fuck is going on? That's cute. A mini version of it. What?
Okay, here I go. That's what I do. Oh, it's shrinking it.
You put boiling water in a plastic container.
Oh, honey, help!
Shit.
This is so stupid.
That's what she told me to do.
Hay que ver el visto. Los dugas son los perros, Que bien tan educados, chiquillos.
Mira, mira. Mamacita.
A new energy source has been found. We need more. We need more toilets. Oh, poor kitty.
We gotta show what it's supposed to look like.
No. How it looks like. Cute. That is also mean. No! The polarized chicken.
Not the Pittsburgh Steelers
Hold on, baby Joe, you gotta get the Pringle side.
Pringle can with the in it with the championship ring. My God, it's getting money.
Yes, the drip.
Last 2 minutes of the game, fuck out of here.
Aguanta que no es así. Dale, ahí, bájala ahí. Bájala ahí. Pero no la prenda. No.
Oh no, no, no.
Espérate. Dale ahí. Ahí. Dale para allá.
That happens when you just try to record something. Like, then the other hand is occupied.
Bruh,
Frank, are you already working?
Canon. Man.
I hope I don't distract you too much.
No, I'm gonna need to see it.
Did you bite your lip? Not the other lip. G.
Oh, my bad. I'm also finished with smoke. No, I don't have to be there until 5:30. Ah, okay. Oh, okay, then after I still a little bit of time. I thought already because so quiet, perhaps that you're already working or so.
Like, if I take this shoe off and put this shoe on here, cool. This shoe's still on the wrong foot. So then I do it again. What the fuck? I'm confused. I cannot get my foot in this one. This one's fine. What the fuck?
Huh? Mystery. It's a huge mystery.
Blue 42. That's a Tuesday.
What happens?
We've all forgotten what we were talking about before the sponsored commercial came in. What are those? Those are, that is our,
This is the reverse ceremony.
We saw that at the beginning already. What is that?
Okay. So why are you lying? Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Why are you lying?
I'm done talking to you.
Why are you lying? 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 Why are you lying?
I would like to see the sign that says no hammocks. We've got a whole. Where's the no hammock sign? We got a whole list of things. No. I can see you. You can't see me. If you don't come out that way, I'm not here. The police. No.
Oh my god.
No.
This is also so, it's so strange.
Oh my god.
How it's also even that? Like, someone would need to put that in there.
I'm trying to load up YouTube
What
on
is the dude doing?
This shit is so slow. I don't know what's wrong with it. Like, so you got this. I don't know. There's something wrong with the screen. Anyway, so I'm trying to load up this one. It just doesn't load. So I tried the next one. This one don't work either, bro. I even got the screen over here. It just don't work. I don't know what happened.
What the fuck? Pulling up with his whip.
Go ahead.
What was that for a sketch,
Yes,
Sandy?
brother. Yes, brother. Do it, brother.
Do it, brother. Come on.
No.
Oh shit! Já matou tudo já, mano. Foi maluco, velho.
Hey yo, Papa Raj, how's the meal?
This shit is busting respectfully.
Yes, sir.
Sheesh! Sheesh! Fuck yeah, sport with doggo.
$5 Walmart mirror.
No way.
Wow. For real, Walmart? You gotta do better than this, motherfuckers. Are you serious? Alright. $5.42 at Walmart.
That is really dumb.
Disabled space, grand. But what's this one here for?
Where is Brandon?
I'm sorry.
Go.
Oh, I stayed young. I don't age.
Excuse me. My friend thought you were beautiful. He just wanted to get your number.
Okay, no. That is not what you said.
That's also mean for her. He's trying to scare her boyfriend, but he came back fighting with his friend.
I don't want this right now. Yeah, you do. You just can't. You can't fucking like picture
What?
it. I can picture it. I I can picture it in 5, 10 years maybe.
Okay,
not right
5,
now.
10 years. Right now. Come
No,
on, right now.
What do you want? Why are you harassing
I
me
want
over this?
you.
Well, stop. We can't.
I won't.
Well, I don't. Stop coming, Alex. Seriously, I did.
I won't.
What are you doing?
No? Madre.
ما يطلع.
عبالي نقطة.
ما يطلع.
Oh no, ey, like.
Look how hard I'm pushing though, watch.
What the? Who the fuck makes these brownies? Like the rice, the brownies.
So I mean concrete.
What is going on with this concrete food?
Someone made concrete.
I'm gonna fuck you up. Get the fuck out. Get up. I'm gonna beat your fucking ass. Why you got 49 fucking thousand people? You better go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. You got 49,000. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Can you get that in a way back?
$40,000, $3 million, $18.
What the fuck is there going on? Victorian chat hit by a bus apparently. Oh no. Baggy's jeans in Atlanta. Whoa.
This portrait of Kim Jong. And if I did him.
What the actual? I'm so fucking.
Sometimes I think, and then I forget.
Oxe, velho, tá comendo macaxeira uma hora dessa?
Tu tá vendo?
Não, vamos ter que tomar café uma hora dessa, já vai café.
Vai parar com a...
I think that's the same dude. Like, I'm so baffled. When meme is so good, you have to send it to the calculator.
What's up? Can a low come up in your crib? Man, fuck you. I'll see you at work. Oh, don't hate me because I'm beautiful, nigga. Maybe you got rid of that old yee ass haircut you got. You.
Look at this plot twist.
Mm.
You see the scope?
We saw that, yeah, like some days
wallet.
ago.
I dropped my wallet. I dropped my wallet.
Yeah, but look, the plates at the ground have, yeah, like also like, I don't know, the connection points is, yeah, not like flat.
Yeah.
It's going, yeah, down. Then you can still take it up, pick it up.
Let me see your plate, nigga.
It was
Let me see your
working.
plate.
It was really working. His love. Mm. Oh shit! It says 1 goes for the, or 120 for
Shit
the
whack.
grasshopper. What the fuck? Airdropped me this.
Grin. Grinsender Smiley.
Wisdom and success. Love and
Whoa.
protection. Relaxing calmness. God.
I like again this.
McDoubles, no pickle, no onion.
No, oh yeah. I got you. I got you.
I love that. Huh?
Yo, what up? It's Ungi, man.
No, bomba rascal. Blood clot for me. Bomba rascal. Don't give me blood clot.
I have a light here.
Whoa! Goes more and more broke. A lot of repeating ones here.
In the back seat with
What the fuck?
What? Oh. Okay.
Dr. Eggman! Eggman nigga!
My mom packed my school for lunch, Xana. Oh.
This duel on the train kept us entertained for an hour and a half.
Oh.
Oh, look at this goofy
So
man.
stupid.
Lizzie, what's an alien's favorite part of a computer?
Hate so much.
A space bar.
Aha, kurwa.
Wildest thing I've ever seen. So the floor below, they moved the plumbing stack. So since this floor didn't have a place for the water to go, they ran the drainage into the bathtub. Crazy.
It's not even that dumb, to be honest. It goes then at the end, yeah, like to the same place, or not? Just not looking aesthetically.
هانتوما الاخوان اللي كيسولوني على المارشاريين كيفاش كتخدم. هاد المارشاريين ملي كنديرو بحال هكا يا لطيف يا لطيف حتى شنو درتي مباركه ديالتي.
What the fuck?
تيسير حيدي من الكاميرا يعطيك العافيه.
Yeah, of course.
تيسير الله يهديك تيسير الله يهديك. يا لطيف يا لطيف حيدو حيد مصيبه جينا نوريوكم.
Oh, this is a dramatic episode right now.
تولدت مبارک مهربون اسفندمایی تولدت مبارک تولدت مبارک اسفندمایی.
What happened there? What happened there?
To you.
Happy birthday to you.
Every birthday to you.
Happy
birthday to you.
And now,
Oh.
folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing
Oh
you
my
an
gosh.
enjoyable evening of entertainment.
Very nice,
Please
very
drive
very
home carefully
nice.
and come back again soon.
Oh, I'm so ready for the bed. Like now, because I ate before, I'm not hungry. That means I definitely, whether I smoke one after the stream and then I go to sleep, but I'm so ready. But I think now, like, just this phase where I try to adapt now my sleep rhythm, I'm like kinda tired, but I see already, like, yeah, tomorrow we have only Elden Ring. Then I just spend, yeah, like the time, and when the time is ready, then we do the late night. But yeah, also everything has its place tomorrow. Yeah. Dude was having too much fun in the dirt. Yeah, like with the watermelon. Like what? Like so like what people do sometimes, like for clicks or so. I don't know. Yeah, but it was still like good video, like, or good videos. Spooky Monday in general. Lately just like a lot of fake videos, but we went, yeah, also like not only into spooky content, I mean like paranormal stuff, also like the, yeah, like so really mysterious cases or like really disturbing stuff. And those stories have been like, well, like I said, over the last streams, hard to swallow. Hell yeah, sounds like a plan. Yeah, tomorrow should be then like also everything like fitting in time. Yeah, like I'm happy that also my sleep rhythm gets like slowly fixed. Like the last times I did that, it was then like something coming in between, and then I instantly, yeah, sleep rhythm was gone. Like I'm also not even sure. Wait a minute. Like I uploaded today all the videos, like in the last weeks. What is it? Like YouTube is also like good. Oh yeah, Spooky Monday was uploaded before. Like this is done. Like now I can just enjoy the weekend, or the week with you guys. Just tomorrow we have Elden Ring, late night. Wednesday is content day. Then it's also like Pokemon MMO, I would say. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday is Elden Ring. Like completely. Just, yeah, that you guys know it. Like, and also late night. I hope Wednesday is also alright. I just do the late night always when it's like fitting. Most of all with the time. Yeah, like when I start really late, then it's also for the yeah, like most viewers also like so too late already. Sounds like a great week. Yeah, like on paper, yeah. Much love. Just much love, guys. I put quickly music on. And then I would say like I smoke one cigarette and would call it then a night. Yeah. But the hash browns have been really nice. I sent you that name on Twitter. Yeah, true. I was really curious. Like, that's good. That's very good. Like, I hope you enjoyed it, Frank. Like, you got a little bit quiet. I thought, like, you would yeah, like, do work already. That you would have been gone, but now I can say it. Oh gosh. Just glad you finally filled your belly. Yeah, like before by the Pokemon MMO, it was kind of bad. I just had, yeah, today I had like time to make food, but I didn't eat that much. Like it was kind of not really that enough. I was just chilling and enjoying the videos. Big kiss for you. Like I can't wait to continue like Elden Ring. Tomorrow we're gonna, yeah, like go head first into this region again, like to Limgrave. We have there also like some NPCs. Perhaps we need to slay one bear. there where we went down, like in Siofra, was yeah like in the near like this bear. Would be good if we get this one. So. And also with the microphone, I hope that like it's now for all like fixed, that you guys hear me good. Yeah, it's good that I found now also like a solution for the late night. It could yeah even be a little bit better. Like I see the time and it's yeah also on OBS. It's just really nice. And yeah, this week is yeah the 21k follower stream. That's also like so insane. 21k follower. Just big kisses for that. Yeah, right. Oh, I forgot completely like to tell Tony. Oh, I need to write like Tony. Like that you guys have, of course, yeah, also time for it. But it was really nice. Like also the time went by as it was nothing. Just like boom. Like it's now again 3 hours. We had before I think already 3 hours. How was it before? Yeah, also 3 hours. Damn. 6 hours went by as it was nothing. Very, very awesome. Like, it's like a love-hate really. Like, it doesn't feel like it will be like a long time, but I would love to enjoy more. Like we would have so much stuff to do or could do. I think also like, if like a human, like if we wouldn't have like to eat or to sleep or so, but like I would enjoy the whole time stream like 24/7. I think it was 3.5 hours. Yeah, like something like this. Like sick. Yeah, also the run went smoothly. Sadly no Suikun, but we're gonna look for Suikun then. Because of that, I said also like Wednesday will be Pokemon MMO stream. We're gonna do the gym run, the big gym run, and then we gonna look out for Suikun the rest of the time. I just want that we get the Suikun. Would be awesome. And we could even hit tomorrow, on Wednesday, the 2 million mark. I looked it up today. Charmander in Alpha is still 40. No, Squirtle is 14 million. Like we made now 7th. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, it takes a while. I'm even not sure if we should get firstly like the Squirtle and then Charmander. I saw like by the event times, Charmander and Squirtle have been much more lower. It's, yeah, I think we need to wait. We need to wait for the next event or so. And until then, I'm gonna just collect as much as possible money. Damn, that's pricey. Yeah, that's really pricey. Like 8 million is, or 6 million was Charmander, and yeah, 40 million is then yeah Squirtle. That means we made at the moment nearly a 10th out of the 20 million that we need, but then we have it. Like I need just to have like a female that when we have it that we can breed. Like and the breeding Pokemon is then also like in the eyes of the price of what is like for Squirtle and Charmander, the other Pokemon that we need for breeding is then nothing compared. This it's just so dumb, like that those are so pricey, but it makes them also worth. Like they are so much worth. It's just so bad that the alpha swarms are so rare right now. I don't know. It makes like everything a little bit more pricey. We need to just wait for the right time. Then I remember like that Squirtle and Charmander in alpha have been at 6 million, both 6, 7, 8 million. And in our conditions right now, in our situation, is like really achievable. Even not that far away. When we do like literally every day, yeah, like the big runs, then we have like circa in 2 days, in 2 runs, 1 million. That would be like 2 weeks and we have like a Charmander, 2 weeks we have a Squirtle, but every day would be then like 1 month, 2 months, depending on how I make the gym runs. It's like it's achievable in a way. Tomorrow we're gonna slay a little bit some annoying enemies, some crabs. The crabs are lately in Elden Ring also really aggressive, but I'm looking out that we are going a little bit straight forward, because yeah, okay, we have still some time, but next month DLC would be good if we have like already like good equipment. At the moment we are still like yeah, like with this equipment what is right now around, we can't like really choose. It would be better if we have just more katanas. I know, yeah, luckily one location by Kaled, but I'm not sure if we're right now strong enough. So, guys, I think I call it a night. Guys, just thank you so much for again like spending with me nice time here, and I hugely enjoyed it. I really hope you guys also. Just big kisses for everyone that has been here watching, lurking, chatting, enjoying. I really hope you enjoyed it, and also for the people on YouTube, if you watched it until now, just big kisses also for the support. Yeah, I wish everyone a good night. Sleep well, sweet dreams when you get there, or if you have day at the moment, I wish you a great day. Stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and we definitely gonna see each other tomorrow again. I'm like daily online here on my Twitch channel. Always between 8 and 10 PM is the starting time here, and then I'm streaming until midnight, around midnight, and +1 UTC is the time zone. Just, yeah, that you all know it. Thank you so much. Just big kisses, Frank, for chatting like really long here, and for staying also like pretty long, also for joining the other part. Just much love. And also like all the people in the background, much love. Just big kisses for the lurkers. Yeah, guys. Then I would say see you all surely tomorrow. Thanks for the stream and fun, Luna. You're welcome, Frank. Thanks a lot for joining, as always. You know, much love for you. Take your makeup off, drink some water, because the kids, yeah, like they're already waiting here. And sleep well, sweet dreams, and have a great day. Much love and hugs to you. Much love and hugs to you back. Have a wonderful time. Like, you usually stay like awake a little bit, and have a good work time. I hope like also the work is going fast, that you're, yeah, like already soon enough can enjoy like a little bit the rest of your day. When you get there, sleep well, sweet dreams, Frank. Just big kisses for everything, and see you surely tomorrow. Okay guys, see you. Mwah. Bye. Okay, this time a little semi-prepared. Much love, guys. Thank you for everything. See you tomorrow. See you in the next stream. Bye.